and the ground is absolutely magnificent. Both sides are out on the ground, and it's an absolute beautiful sight, Weaver.
Oh, absolutely. Both teams warming up as we speak, so you couldn't ask for better conditions. So as we've spoken about earlier, complete contrast to what was here last week, but the ground looks absolutely magnificent. It's a credit to whoever looks after it, and these two teams. Yeah, this is going to be a quick, awesome game of footy, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next couple of hours.
And we welcome to the telecast Charlie. Welcome,
Hello.
Charlie.
Welcome. It's good to be here.
It is an absolutely brilliant day. What are you thinking today, Charlie? Which way is the game going to go?
Well, I said on the ball yesterday, I said about South by about 26. I just think they're probably just a bit better. I think they'll probably run away with it. I think it's going to be pretty tight and close throughout most of it, though.
Well, we've got a few sponsors on board this afternoon that we think very much without them it can't bring this out to the people, and we like promoting the product. Weaver?
Well, we sure have. We've already given, Tyson Lane a bit of a plug there with the tyre power, linking him up. But before we go, if I can indulge just for a couple of seconds.
You can indulge all you like, Weaver.
SEN and myself, the SEN commentary team, condolences to Rocco Versace's granddad, so Joe's dad, Joe Versace's dad. So to Rocco, Nicky and Seth, our condolences from the SEN commentary team. A bit of a tough week, but hopefully they can get over the line today in his honour.
Well said, mate, well said. Well, we're not far away from a bit of a start here at Hands Oval. Nice crowd joining in, nice atmosphere. Kevin Chitty will toss the coin for South Bunbury against Denham King, the captain of Bunbury, and it's Kevin Chitty's 100th game for South Bunbury. He plays with all his heart, does Kevin Chitty.
Oh, absolutely. He was fantastic last week. So congratulations to him. A terrific skipper, leads by example, puts his body on the line as he did last week, and I'm expecting no different today. So 100 games of any grade of footy is a terrific effort, so well done to him.
And Denham King has won the toss. He'll kick to the scoreboard or city end of Hands Oval. Not a lot of wind to speak of. You went for a bit of a wander around the ground, Weaver. There's not a real lot, but the city end maybe just a little bit of a touch.
Yeah, not too much before the game. It's a bit hard to tell from here. The trees aren't moving, so that's a good indicator, isn't it? But I don't think it's going to favour any end whatsoever. It's going to come down to good quality football. So
actually, normally the goalposts are swinging into each other the last couple of weeks, but they're standing nice and straight there. Umpires for today's game, Kais go to Michael Hearn and Braden Sorrell in the field. On the boundary, Emma Hutchison, Christian Walker and Chase Oakey. And in the goals, Vance Burton and Marty Tompkins as the players in their last little huddle ready to start this game. Weaver, who wins it and why?
Oh, look, being a Bunbury person, you'd have to go for Bunbury, wouldn't you, Croney? But no, I just think South Bunbury, they're at home. They have the quality. They do seem to have it over Bunbury before they start, but the last game they played, obviously the first half, Bunbury got over that. So for me, South Bunbury just probably agree with Charlie, around that 3 or 4 goal mark, but it's going to be a great game of footy, and hopefully it comes down to the last quarter with the games won and lost.
Last time they played, which was only a couple of weeks ago, Bunbury got off to an absolute flyer. That'd be something that Coach Julian Burgess would have had a bit of a word to the South boys about.
Oh, absolutely, and you can't afford to do that, can you? Because you can't keep coming back all the time, even though South Bunbury do make a habit of it. But in finals, if a team gets a run on, they normally increase that lead as the game goes on. So they'll be wary of that, and Coach Burgess, he's coached enough to understand and work that out. So hopefully he can do that in the middle of the ground and just be defensive and stop their flow and scoreboard pressure and get some at his end himself.
Big Tyson Woods just gone into the middle, the big ruckman for Bunbury. He is a big player in this team, isn't he? He's a very big fella and pivotal to bringing the young fellas into the play.
Yeah, what I like about him, he pushes back and puts his body on the line and takes those intercept marks. Also interesting to see the Claremont connection in the middle of the ground too, Croney, with Busher and Mitchell in there. So not sure how much footy Mitchell's played in the middle in the South West League. It's normally started on the wing or half forward. So he's loading up in the middle along with Trey Field as well for the Bunbury side.
And up against the big fella will be Toby Hawkins, who's a bit of a pinch hit ruckman, but he's worked into the South West Footy League very well. Yeah,
and he pretty much rucked a whole game last week. So he did his job. He'll be there right from the start to the finish, as will Wood. So that's going to be a terrific duel. Cormac in the middle for South Bunbury as well. So
two of the veterans in there, actually. Cormac and Crane, along with Who's in the middle there?
Might be Waldrop.
Cade Waldrop.
Yeah,
So
who was terrific last week.
he was very good. So we're all set for the qualifying final here from Hands Oval in magnificent conditions. Good crowd in. Umpires just having a bit of a squiz around, hardly any breeze. Bunbury head to the city end of the ground, south to the Busselton. The umpire holds the ball aloft. This is SEN Spirit and Nigel Reeves.
Away we go. Umpire throws it up. Up goes Hawkins. Over the top comes Wood, but it goes straight to Sean Crane. He gets the first kick of the game. Direction to Clark. Spills to the ground. In comes Cormac. Picks up the loose ball. Goes inside. The kick just misses at target. In they come now. One of them is Phil. Gets a handball out. Pushes his team under pressure. In comes Crane once again. Could have been taken without it. And he'll win the free kick. Just outside 50. Plays on straight away. Puts his teammate into trouble. Goes across field and finds Cormac.
We spoke of the two veterans, hands on ball early.
They were terrific last week. Cormac with the short kick, but it's cut off by Perks.
Good to
for
see him
Bunbury
out there,
inside 50.
Perks. Had a little bit of an injury concern, but good to see him out there.
Looking down for Gilchrist. He's got
That's
Goiter.
a great
Gets Goiter
mark.
under the ball. Wins a free kick. Handballs over to Hawks. Terrific player. Looking down for Burraclough. Ball stays in play. Burraclough gets a handball over to Busher. Busher goes short, looking for Parsons, and Parsons takes the chest mark inside 50.
Gee, Busher was very good in the last few weeks. He's strong, isn't he, Weaver? And just used that ball very well. Parsons looks very good when he leads straight at that footy. Excellent bit of play by the Bulldogs early. Bit of Gen X engineering teamwork already.
A terrific handball there from Burraclough to Busher. And Busher only had a couple of seconds to weigh up options, and that option was Parsons. Parsons will have the opening shot on goal, probably from 50 metres out, tight angle.
And they both put heads on for you, Weaver.
Well, I can see his number from here. Baden Parsons, terrific young player, just crosses 50. That's a great kick on goal from Parsons. It's got there. Parsons from 50 gets the opening goal of the match, courtesy of a terrific pass from Busher from 50 metres. Parsons made no mistake. And the opening goal of the qualifying final goes the way of the Bulldogs.
Every bit about that, Weaver, was absolutely perfect from Parsons. A good, solid lead, a no-mess-around lead to the ball carrier, and got hit on the chest by Hayden Bush, and he went back, as you said. That went dead straight. We were right behind that. That did not even deviate, and a great start to the Bulldogs and a great start to young Parsons.
Parsons has been terrific since the Nutrient Ag Carnival. I watched him up there and I was really impressed for a young key forward, to make the team, but to not look out of place in that team. And he's got Horsman for company today, and Horsman was terrific last week. The ball's back in the middle, comes out to Waldrop, gets a handball over to Gallagher, comes wide to Clark. Clark just up and under. Chitty in best position. Both captains at it. King wins the fish down. In they come now. King comes back in. In comes Clark. Boundary line close. Chitty could have been taken without it. Nordell's wrapped up and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up in front of the South Bunbury.
King, the Bunbury captain, got up a bit worse for wear then too. He's just struggling.
Hopefully it's just a low blow. It looks a bit more than that. King's still trying to regain his composure as the ball's pumped forward in front of Lane.
He'll come off in the Harvey Norman interchange bench for a bit of a spell and just to grab the bearings back as
so hopefully that's not
Zanich
too
will
serious.
come on.
Well, Zanich, he's a good player in his own right. He's terrific a couple of weeks ago down at Donnybrook in a losing game. So not a bad replacement. Let's hope that King, nothing too serious. The ball's thrown in 60 metres out. Favorswood just wins the ball down. It's going to go back over the boundary line. And once again, the umpire will throw the ball in. Opening goal of the match. Only scored so far. 1 goal straight Bunbury. Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard.
Magnificent day for footy, isn't it? Absolute spectacle here at Hands Oval.
Crowd starting to get into it. Ball's thrown in at Favorswood once again. Wins it down. Just chucks it onto his boot. Ball comes down and Burraclough takes the mark. Centre wing. Plays on straight away. Looking for that man Parsons.
Well, I reckon
he's in
got
good position. Horseman ran underneath the ball and Parsons has taken the overhead mark and he'll go back from 35 metres out directly in front.
And as you said, Ben Horsman's been in outstanding form at the back. In fact, very rarely gets a goal kick on him. And now we look at Parsons, 4 minutes into the first quarter, is having his shot for his second.
Just run his player under the ball.
Did
Horseman
it
attacked
extremely
and
well.
then
Read the
pushed
ball
back.
extremely well.
But Parsons, 40 metres out, directly in front, deliberate shot on goal. It's made the umpire work a little bit. Has he done enough? I think he has. And Parsons puts through his second, and Bunbury are off to a flyer once again. 2 straight 12. South Bunbury yet to score.
Bit of deja vu, or what do you call that, Weaver, because this is the way Bunbury started off before. I love the way Parsons led that in there. He's up against a very, very good footballer in Ben Horsman, but moved him under the footy and then just took 2 steps back. So it's very clever for a young man, Parsons. An absolute flyer by the Bulldogs.
Horsman just overcommitted, didn't he? And he had a terrific game last week. Parsons pushed back, pretty much took an uncontested overhead mark and made no mistake from 40 metres out. So
it was good the ball carrier actually went to the advantage too. That's all the forwards are asking. 60-40 for them.
Burraclough's been involved in both goals so far. Ball back in the middle. Up they go. Woods wins it down towards Mitchell. They have the numbers here. One of them field could have been taken high from Cormac. Umpire doesn't see it that way. In comes Cormac and Crane. Comes back out the field. Handball over to McKenna Taylor. Umpire's seen a free kick. Relay free kick will go the way of Mitchell. He's too far out to score, Kane Mitchell. Inside the centre square. He's going to look for Parsons once again. He's got the lead and he's taken another mark in front of Horseman. Hawkins trying to come across, but too quick was Parsons, and he's going to have his 3rd shot on goal from 50 metres out. Terrific kick by Mitchell, but a great lead by Parsons. Didn't have to break stride.
And not much Horseman can do there where you get a ball carrier that hit you like that. Beautiful lead from Parsons. Showed a great deal of pace.
In comes Parsons, crosses 50 now, going for his 3rd. It's on target. It's going to land just a little bit short. In comes the defence of South Bunbury from Hawkins and rushes it through for a minor score. A 2-1-13 Bunbury, Southwest Isuzu, Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard. And South Bunbury, the home team, yet to score. As Goyder crosses the square and brings it in, they welcome him back. He's put it right to the middle of the ground. Over the top went Cormac, lands in the arms of Busher. He couldn't hang on to the mark. In comes Oliver. Now they all come in the middle of the ground. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Pretty much dead centre, middle of the ground. 7 minutes into this first quarter. 13-point lead to the Bulldogs. Woods wins the ball down. Fields there. In comes Crane. They have the numbers. One of them was Munro. An inclusion today. It's wrapped up by Crane. No, it was Waldrott. Centre wing. Umpire will throw the ball up once again. This time Hawkins comes down. Goes straight towards McKenna Taylor. Just chucks it onto his boot. Jetwood was there. Heisman's there. They have the numbers. In they come. Heisman's wrapped up. And the umpire will throw the ball up about 60 metres out from Bunbury's goal. They're pressing early.
Oh, they are at that. It's intense out there. It's what you'd expect.
This time Hawkins gets front position, but he drops it down. Heisman off the ground. Terrific effort from Heisman.
He had a fair crack at it, didn't he?
That carried about 40 metres from Heisman. Kicked it out of mid-air, but the ball's gone out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will be taken by Wright.
Interesting to see if Julian Burgess leaves that match up with Horsman and Parsons.
So Horsman will take the relieving free kick. He'll be happy to get this one. Parsons has got his number so far. He goes long, carries way outside 50. Is the mark paid?
No.
He could have had it enough. It goes back towards Parsons once again. Horsman's there, under pressure. Picks the ball up. Now he's tackled. How will the umpire see this one? You had prior opportunity, he says. And another free kick to Parsons.
Ethan Nordell went for our CPR Outdoors mark of the day, didn't he? All but had it too. I thought he had brought it down, but as you said, Parsons
is on fire.
Talk about Giovanetti, firewood. Weaver.
Whew. I think he held it long enough, Nordell. That was a terrific effort. Anyway, Parsons is going to kick from 40 metres out, right on the boundary. Deliberate shot on goal. It's going to go across the face of goal and through for another minor score. 2 goals, 2-14, the Bulldogs. South Bunbury yet to score on the Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard.
We'll take away the first minute, and South haven't really looked like they're heading into their forward line.
As Goyder once again goes long, far side of the ground. Bodie Nordell was there. The umpire will come in and
Bunbury
throw
have
the
done a
ball
lot
up.
of homework on the South Bunbury kick-ins, and they're not letting South Bunbury exit the defensive unit as easy as they have done for most of the year.
Well, they're kicking to packs, aren't they? They're not kicking to a target. The ball's thrown up, goes straight up and down. Woods wraps up South Bunbury opponent there in Crane.
Charlie, you'll be looking for our WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day today.
Yes.
I've got Parsons down on my sheet early. It comes over the back.
I think
Just
I've
onto the
quite a
boot.
few.
Bunbury have the numbers out the back. Ball just won't bounce up. Tries to get the handball over towards Perks. Now they have the numbers. Out the back is Sean Crane. Crane gets it over to Chitty, the skipper. Handball's back. Oh, he took too much time there. Could have been done holding the ball. Umpire doesn't see it that way. In comes Crane and sockers it off the ground towards Clark. He could have been tripped. It comes to the big fella in Wood, and he finds Burraclough in the middle of the ground. Burraclough's got Busher running hard for him.
Beautiful
That's
kick.
a beautiful kick. Doesn't have to break straight.
Oh,
It's
guess who?
Parsons. Once again, Parsons
That
has
was
taken the mark.
Gen X Engineering teamwork at its very best. The Bulldogs were under enormous pressure because South Bunbury had men everywhere in the forward line. They messed it up a bit. Bunbury swooped on that, and Parsons, having his 5th shot for goal in the first 11 minutes of the game. He has 2 goals already.
He's going to kick from the same position he kicked his first one from, and across 50, 45-degree angle, going for his 3rd. The key young forward for Bunbury. In he comes now. Deliberate shot on goal. He's made the umpire work and a let-off for South Bunbury as it just goes through for a minor score.
Gee, I tell you what, he is absolutely dangerous. The delivery down to the forward line, absolutely superb. The kick to Busher then was magnificent.
Oh, terrific.
Busher didn't have to miss his stride. That's a better
This
kick
time
in.
they've got a target in the middle of the ground, and Goyder finds Clark. Better kick, plays on straight away. Goes long. In front was right. They have the numbers out the back. Umpire will come in now. Right on forward 50. It was Crane who picks himself up off the bottom of the pack. Ball to be thrown up. Hawkins gets his opponent out of the way and Wood wins the ball down. Goes to Waldrott, but the umpire will come in.
Crane will be just wondering what time zone he's in. He just flew in, literally.
Well, he's done all right so far. King's back on the ground. Good to see him there. The skipper for the Bulldogs goes towards Woods. He drops what he should have taken. In comes Versace. Now they come out on the far side of the ground looking for Clark. Tries to juggle it. Couldn't hang on to it. Puts himself under pressure now. He's got some company there in Riley Stenhouse.
Of course, Clark's brother, I was talking to him downstairs, made the All-Australian side, so
Congratulations
to him.
One of 2 Dockers. Sarong was the other one that made that All-Australian. Big job today, his brother. Ball's thrown in. Hawkins comes to Wood, favours him. Over to Cormac. Cormac gets the handball over to Chitty. It's smothered by King, but it goes straight back to Hawkins. Just chucks it onto his boot. Nordell's there. Kerwin's there. It comes out to Ashworth. Tries to get the head. Now they're under pressure inside the forward 50. They come in. In comes Cormac. Umpire letting this ball go on. Come in now as Waldrott's wrapped up.
The pressure from the Bulldogs down there, absolutely intense, isn't it? I love the way they're going about the business early.
They're just putting pressure right across the field. And when they get open, they're hitting Parsons up big time as Wood wins it down towards Busher. Gets a handball back out towards McKenna Taylor. And the ball goes out of bounds.
Actually, I was in both the rooms before the start of the game. They put some music on down there, Weaver. I'll tell you what, there's no Slim Dusty. It's thumping.
I reckon they'd have to Google Slim Dusty, some of these blokes. As the ball's thrown in, 40 metres out from South Bunbury's goal. Over the top comes Hawkins. It favours King. He's wrapped up in a tackle, manages to get the handball over to Wood. Chucks it onto his boot. It's in the middle of the ground. Jet Woods is there. Waldrott's there, gets the handball out. Now they have some numbers through the middle of the ground. They go short. Find the big fella Hawkins. Handball over to Cormac. Tries to drive the ball long. Tyson Lane misses it. The kick didn't hit him. Handball comes out to Mitchell. Mitchell comes out to Taylor. Now they have the numbers once again. One of those is Kerwin, and he goes in the middle of the ground and finds Heisman.
Oh, runners on the outside. They got runners everywhere.
Plays on straight away and finds Bilsich. Bilsich has Stenhouse. Drops what he should have taken. Now he puts himself under pressure. Goiter with a clever kick off the ground finds Siska. Handball back out. They have numbers in the middle of the ground. One of them was Nordell, but he decides to go down the wing and finds Lane. Lane plays on straight away towards Gallagher, who was terrific last week. Now it's a shot on goal. It's all about the bounce here. And the opening score for South Bunbury is just a minor one. So they've hit the scoreboard with a point. 2 goals, 3-15. Bunbury brought in straight away. It's a dangerous kick. Looking there for Field. Now he's under pressure. Comes out to Siska. Chucks it onto his left boot. Touch ball. Over to Gallagher. Over to Nordell. Gets around Field. He'll look forward. And this will be the opening shot on goal.
That's probably the real bit of connection from the Tigers so far this afternoon. It was nicely worked. They kept a bit of composure about them. And gee, they just need this, the Tigers, just to settle the ship a bit, Charlie.
So is this Clark? Shot on goal. 40 metres out. Be 35 metres out. 45-degree angle. It's a deliberate shot on goal. Umpire doesn't have to move. And South Bunbury hit the scoreboard now.
Cade Waldrot, he does that when South need a goal. I was talking to his dad last week after the game. He just pops up there and does it very well. But that was a nice build-up by the Tigers. They'd worked pretty hard up until then, and it just settled the ship just a little bit. Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour, MGIB is there.
So unselfish play there, found Waldrot from 35 metres out.
He's got a good leg on him, hasn't he, Weaver?
Trusty left boot, made no mistake. Oh, he sure has. He was terrific last week.
Just a match up for Southern Lachlan Security. Reece Crawford's come out onto the wing for the Tigers with Eli Munro. So good little battle going on to this wing.
And he's got a nice left foot on him as well, hasn't he, Crawford? So
he's still talking about that goal he kicked.
The ball back in the middle, comes over to Crane, tries to get the handball out, ends up in Bush's hands. Out the back is McGinlay, looks forward. Goiter's there, uses his experience, gets around Kerwin with ease. Handball over to Horsman, he just chucks it onto the boot. How will the umpire see this one? The umpire said, we'll throw it in. Lucky let off there, 70 metres out from Bunbury's goal.
I reckon that's a pretty clever kick if you meant it.
Let's go with that, I reckon.
Yeah.
2 goals, 3-15. 1 goal, 1-7 South Bunbury. 17 minutes into this first quarter.
That's on the Presto
Isuzu
Power
scoreboard.
Oh, sorry, mate. That's on the Presto Power equipment clock this afternoon.
As Wood wins, great tap over to Trayfield. Just drives the ball down. Versace in best position. Gets a horrible bounce. Met there by Wood. But he's got help there through Nordell. Tries to handball out. Back over to Wood. He handballs wide now to Oliver. McKenna Taylor it was, looking down there for Busher. Goes over the top, but they have the numbers there. One of them is Nordell. They're trying to be cute on that far side of the ground. Now Bunbury have the numbers. McGinley's there. Munro's there. And they come, the umpire letting this ball go on. Now Bunbury have the numbers out the back. One of them's McGinley, puts it in short. Looking for Parsons. Couldn't hit him this time. Versace under pressure. Gets a handball over to Gallagher. Gallagher tries to handball to himself because he didn't have any help there.
That's now the way to get the stats up, Weaver.
Bunbury have the numbers once again. They come inside looking for the big fella Wood. Could have been nudged under the ball. Umpire sees it that way. And he's about 65 metres out. Calling for that goal square. They got numbers back now, South Bunbury. It's 4-1. It's a terrible kick. It's going to favour, it's at Hawkins. And he takes the relieving mark, goes short, still inside 50, and finds Goiter. So Thomas Goiter missing last week. I welcome him back in defence. He goes long, looking there for Lane. Over the top comes King. 1 grab, 2 grabs, 3 grab. Ends up in the arms of Crawford. Goes short through the middle of the ground, looking for Waldrot. Misses his target. Now they're out. One of them's Mitchell. Fakes a handball to Wood. Goes long. He's going to look for the big fella Parsons once again. Over the top. Had to make the spoil this time. Now they have the numbers. They're under pressure down there. South Bunbury. Galloway gets the ball. Handballs over to Goiter. He goes long. Puts it into space. That's a clever kick. Will it favour Gallagher? No. Heisman comes in. Ducks under
Well,
his
that is
player.
a clever kick. He actually meant that, Weaver did, Dylan Heisman.
Goes outside, looking wide. The mark is dropped and goes out of bounds. I think it was Busher.
Dylan Heisman actually meant that kick that went around the corner there. So
He's done
pretty
some
good
clever
vision.
things, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
When he's got a little bit of time, he's very, very clever and assesses the situation beautifully, does Heisman.
Thanks to SKG for your support this afternoon. Get your scans at SKG.
The ball to be thrown in, 35 metres out from Bunbury's goal, nearly at the 20-minute mark. This time, Woods wins the ball down. It comes to McKenna Taylor, shot on goal. It's going to go to the top of the square.
Has done
Mark,
it.
play on.
Oh,
Lucky
wow.
let off there.
Gotta pay
Versace gets the ball to Cormac. Now he puts it out in front of Siska. We know he's got the wheels. Does really well
Gee,
there
that
to
was a
Siska.
good bit of ball
Has
out
one
there.
bounce. Has two bounces. Has three bounces. Four. Can he have
Go
a
for
shot?
home,
Five.
son.
Have a shot, young fella. Six. Here he goes. Go!
Oh, that is a very good WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day contender. He was off, Weaver. I love the ball carrying just down right in front of us. He ran 100 metres there and just kept going. And Kate Siska, absolute beauty.
Well, I felt like I've run 100 metres as well.
That's why I had to jump in and help you out a little bit, mate.
WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day
Wow.
contender. That's going to take some beating from Kate Siska. 6 bounces, if you don't mind, right in front of us, and finishes off the goal.
It was even the start. If you watch on the replay, down here the ball was going to bounce over his head. He just put enough on it to put it in front of him, and then he just turned the afterburners on, and away he went.
It was like watching Alan Crane 45 years ago, Charlie.
Champion boy in 1973, mate.
There you go.
You're right, Craney, just to keep that ball in front, because that ball was bouncing over his head. And Trey Field is no slouch as far as leg speed goes. And Siska, what a terrific goal. Ball back in the middle of the ground. It comes to that man, Field. One out of the middle by Cormac. South Bunbury.
See if he's got
They're
any
looking for
energy left.
Siska. And he takes a chest mark. Handballs over to Clark. Now they're looking alive. That's a beautiful kick. And that hits the chest of Nordell. Ethan
Nordell was deep in defence helping out. You know, people don't realise just how much work Ethan Nordell does. He was back in that defensive unit, putting his body in between the hole, and now he's up having a shot for goal.
So Ethan Nordell, he'll shoot from right on 50, 45-degree angle. This to give South Bunbury the lead. Shot on goal. And he's hit that thin, and it just goes through for a minor score.
Gee, the game's livened up, hasn't it?
Well, so have I. That was a terrific run by Siska. He just
And
gained
you've done it right
and
in front of the
gained.
South Bunbury members too, which is a pretty handy place to do it.
I will say this game's 100 times better than last week already.
As Heisman comes in short and finds a skipper in King. Has Burraclough short if he wants him.
Good to see him off there. He come off a bit worse for wear, but good to see Denham King back out there.
This is his target. Goes over the back to
Well,
Woods.
that's a
He's
good
well
tackle.
tackled.
That's a Bunbury Mower service tackle. Did you put that one down, Charlie?
I'm about to.
Ball back in the middle of the ground into the arms of Waldrott. He's kicked the goal, the opening goal for South Bunbury. He looks into the pocket for Nordell. Over the top he comes. One grab, two grab. Lane tries to claim the mark. It looked like Nordell had a hand on it.
Yeah, I think he might have been. He's been paid the kick anyway, has he?
But I think he might have been paid the mark there, Lane. Either way, he's going to have a shot on goal. 25 metres out, tight angle. And this to give South Bunbury the lead, 23 and a half minutes into the first quarter.
They've lifted, haven't they, the Tigers in the last 10 minutes?
They've lifted big time, for sure. Scintillating run from Siska. Lane coming in
Scintillating, I
now.
like that word, Weaver.
Deliberate shot on goal. That's
I'll
a
tell you
terrific
what.
kick. He didn't waste any energy there, did Lane. He knew what he was doing. And from a tight angle, he gives the South Bunbury Footy Club the lead. 23 minutes into this first quarter.
WA Carpet Supermarket contender for goal of the day too. That was a very tough kick from Lane, and he went through the motions very well. Once again, instead of kicking around the corner, you just put a drop punt through, and that's as easy as that, Weaver.
It's still the preferred kick for mine, the drop punt. I'm just trying to complicate things. Well, that was a terrific kick by Lane. Two grab mark in the pocket, 30 metres out.
And
Made no mistake.
The Tigers were stung a bit early by the Bunbury Footy Club, and then their kicks are starting to hit. As you said, the run by Siska just put a bit of motion back into the Tigers, I think. And Jay Wright comes into the ruck for a little bit for the Tigers.
3 goals, 220. South Bunbury Tigers. 2 goals, 315. Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. Out of the middle they go again. Comes to that man, Crane, who's been terrific. He goes short and finds Clark. Now look at the run from the South Bunbury side. He looks for Cormac. He's got Burraclough for company. Burraclough has laid a tackle there on right. He loves that sort of stuff, Burraclough. That won't upset him one bit.
I reckon both of them will be in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
now there's a 50.
There was a hit on the face, it looked like.
Burraclough thought the umpire was signalling his way, but I think a 50's been paid here.
Jay Wright will go within scoring shots for the Tigers.
This is going to take him to within 30 metres from goal, basically directly in front. So the opening 2 goals of the game, courtesy of Baden Parsons, who's on fire down forward.
Well, he had 5 shots for goal, Weaver, in that first 6 minutes.
And a couple of let-offs there. Probably should have had a couple more, but this is for 4 in a row. In comes Jay Wright, 40 metres out, deliberate shot on goal. Umpire works a little bit, but he's done enough. And courtesy of a 50-metre penalty on centre wing, Wright goes to within 40. He puts through his first for the game. And the home side's 4th. 4 goals, 226 now. 11 points up. 2 goals, 3-15. Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard.
Just cannot afford it. Their coach killers, 50-metre penalties. You've gone from centre wing to having a shot from about 40 out directly in front. It did curve a little bit from Jay Wright, but it was a nice kick to finish with. Don't forget, Charlie, we're looking for a rising star this afternoon too, thanks to Garage Stores Southwest, and a best defender for Western All Pest Services. So there's a few putting their hand up already for the best defender.
There sure is. Terrific there from Jay Wright. I didn't see much in the free kick, but it was paid, 50-metre penalty, and all of a sudden it's a goal. Back in the middle of the ground, it's that man Wright. It comes to Burraclough, who gave away the last goal. He's a bit fired up as Burraclough. Out the back is McKenna Taylor. Wins it down, looks wide there for Bilsich. And the ball goes out of bounds to be thrown in about 70 metres out from Bunbury's goal. So for all that good work they've done in the opening 7 or 8 minutes of this quarter, South Bunbury have kicked the last 4 goals. 27 minutes in, they hold an 11-point lead. At the back once again comes to King, just chops it onto his boot. Over the top comes big Rocco Versace and gets a fist on it. And it goes out of bounds, this time 40 metres out from Bunbury's goal.
He's a see-ball, get-ball defender, isn't he, Rocco Versace? When it's up there, his eyes are just fixated on that footy and he just heads straight to it.
Absolutely. First thought, best thought. Doesn't change his mind. And as much as a drop punt is a preferred kick, the spoil still has some merit in modern day footy. Ball's one out. It comes towards Nordell. He wraps up Hawks. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up just inside 50.
Versace's gone to Parsons too now for Southern Lachlan Security, so good matchup.
Yeah, but if they can get the ball in quick enough, Parsons looks really dangerous as we've seen in that opening 7 or 8 minutes, but they've slowed it down upfield now, so they're getting the numbers back. The last time it did go in there, South Bunbury had 5-on-1, missed kick. They got the ball out and scored at the other end. This time Wright comes over the top in the direction of Hawks. In comes Hawks hard.
And if you look at this setup now, Ethan Nordell is down just in front of Parsons, so he's got Rocco Versace with him. Ethan Nordell's about a couple of metres in front.
I reckon Rocco Versace would be a menace as well, and he looks menacing down there. As in comes Waldrott. He's wrapped up. The umpire will come in. 28.5 minutes gone in this opening quarter.
So Julian Burgess, the South coach, has done that pretty well down there. They've got an extra man in that square.
Ball's thrown up over the top. It comes from Busher, puts it in a dangerous position, just sock it off the ground. Now they have the numbers. In they come. It's out to Oliver. He wins the ball out. It's a handball over, puts his teammate under pressure. And the mark has been taken by Stenhouse. Probably too far out to score in front of Siska. He goes short, looking for Parsons. But cut off in front by Bodie Nordell.
In the number 7, and that is quarter time in the qualifying final. A pretty entertaining game of footy it was first up. Bunbury head off to a very, very quick start, and the Tigers work their way back into lead. 4 goals, 2-26 to Bunbury, 2-13-15. We're going to take a quick break and come back with second quarter action.
Yeah, there's good matchups, and the way the South Bunbury coach does it, he reacts straight away. He doesn't let it linger for too long.
Righto, just about ready for second quarter action in the qualifying fact. This is SN Spirit and Nigel Reeves.
The ball in the middle. Up they go. This time Hawkins wins it down. Comes towards Mitchell. Could have been tackled without it. Out comes Crane, who was terrific in that first quarter. And he's found Gallagher in space. Plenty of space to assess the situation. Goes down looking for Lane. It carries over his head and goes out of bounds. And the first centre clearance of the second quarter within 5 or 10 seconds. They're down in their forward line already.
Sometimes it helps to be short, doesn't he? He just poked it at the back and popped out the back door.
So he's got off a plane this morning and driven down here, and he's got plenty of the footy so far in the opening quarter and a little bit of this game. Throwing in. This time Wood gets front position, wins it down to no one in particular. Socket off the ground, over towards Nordell. Traps the bounce, gets the handball back out to Goyder. Goyder misses his target. Now he puts his teammate under pressure. In they come, mucking around with it a little bit. In the middle of the ground was Taylor. Now they're out. Hayden Busher, who was good in that first quarter, chips over, looking for Barraclough. Barraclough tries to do a Shepherd, but misses his target in Goyder. In comes Goyder, the boundary line to be the winner here. Ball still in play, would you believe? Gained about 10 metres.
Gee, Tommy Goyder did pretty handy there, didn't he? He had a 2-on-1 situation. Barraclough went for the Shepherd. Tommy just went around him and out of bounds.
One of the first blokes I reckon Barraclough has missed. So he went in for the Shepherd and Goyder just danced around him and got the ball over the boundary line. Ball's thrown in. Woods gets front position. Over the top comes Hawkins. Chitty's in there, been a little bit quiet. Woods comes back in. Busher just snaps it onto his left boot into a nest of South Bunbury players. In they come now. One of them's Goyder. Out the back is Hawks. Soccer off the ground. Tries to.
He missed
the
it.
Ball comes to Gallagher. And it's come off the side of the boot and gone out of bounds. And Busher will have a shot on goal from 45 metres out, right on the boundary.
Handy man to have it for the Dogs.
It's Barraclough.
Oh, no. Well, they're both pretty handy.
So Barraclough, terrific early stages of that first quarter. Be looking to get one here. Gave away a 50-metre penalty, and Wright was the recipient and kicked the goal. So he's going to kick from the boundary. Tough kick. In he comes now. Shot on goal. It's doing a bit of work.
Chance.
Got the distance with ease from 45.
Yeah, he set it up nicely too, didn't it? Just a bit offline.
Little bit of shape. Just goes through for a minor score. So opening score of the second quarter goes the way of Bunbury. They're 2 goals, 4-16. At 10 points adrift to South Bunbury as Goyder brings the ball in, looking for Gordell. He gets a lot of carry. It comes out to Bodie Nordell. Over to Cormac. Now they're out. Over to King, who got injured early in that quarter. The ball bounces out the back towards Gilchrist. He picks it up. He's got some company. Dances around. Gets it back over to Munro. Snap on goal from Munro.
He's
goal!
Eli Munro, outstanding. Gee, they worked that well, didn't they, the Bulldogs? They hunted and just didn't let it come back. And Munro, nice little finish there too.
So Munro, late inclusion. Gilchrist kept that ball in front of him, got the handball over. And Munro from 40 metres out made no mistake.
And I see Charlie's just put him down for a nomination for our Garage Stores Southwest Rising Star. Was that enough for him to have a crack at a Rising Star?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I've had to write Munro's name down here. He's not on my team sheet.
Opening goal of the second quarter, 3 minutes in, goes the way of the Bulldogs. 3 goals, 4-22. 4 goals, 2-26 South Bunbury. Harvey Norman Electrical Bunbury scoreboard.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour, MGIB is there.
It's a terrific kick from Munro. Up they go again. No ruckman wins it down. Mitchell's there, so is Cormac. 2 stars of the competition.
Tell you what, it's a good battle in that ruck between Wood and Hawkins.
Well, there's no dominant ruckman so far, is there? So both evening each other out. This time Wood wins it, goes towards Cormac. Picked up off the ground by Crane because he's close to it. Gets the handball over to Clark. Chucks it onto his boot. Asking a fair bit of Siska. In comes Cormac. Terrific front and centre. And he's been taken high. And will receive the free kick. Centre wing, far side of the ground. Crowd pretty happy with that one. As Siska wide. and uses him. Still 3 kicks out from goal. Siska goes short. Looking there for the skipper. Could have caught one low. And he'll receive the free kick.
100 games for the skipper, Kev Chitty, so...
Been a little bit quiet in that first quarter, Chitty, but it is his 100th game today. Leads by example. 2 kicks out from goal. The skipper for South Bunbury. So they look to put this deep inside 50. Decides to go short. And just maintaining possession so far in this game.
Bunbury have pushed right back into the South Bunbury defensive unit.
Now it goes forward.
Oh,
over the
that
top.
That's
a great mark. Is it Lane?
Oh, that paid it.
Gee.
Unlucky there, Lane.
I was about to write that down.
Yeah, I was just about to say we might have a CPR outdoors mark of the day, but no.
Over the top comes Hawkins, wins it down towards the skipper, King for Bunbury. But he's well tackled, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Inside 50, forward 50, South Bunbury's way. Woods over the top, wins it down, comes over to Busher.
Bang.
He just chucks it onto his boot. Versace could have got nudged underneath it. Umpire doesn't see it that way, and Parsons takes the mark. Centre wing, drives the ball long. He's going to ask a fair bit of Burraclough. Over the top comes Goyder.
Oh, they're
Handball
open.
comes out towards Munro, the last goal kicker. Now it's Mitchell. He's got a couple for company. Gets around with these. Snaps on goal. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Rushed over the line by Clark.
Gee, Mitchell did pretty well there. Didn't quite get as much on it as he would have liked then. And as you said, Weaver, it bounced towards there, and Clark was quick enough to get to it before it hit the goal line.
Rushed over right on the goal line by Clark. Looked a bit proppy at quarter time, Clark. Found some wheels there. A certain goal turned into a behind. 3 goals, 5-23. Now the Bulldogs. 4 goals, 2-26 South Bunbury. Harvey Norman Electrical Bunbury scoreboard. Nearly 7 minutes gone in this second quarter. As Goyder comes in, Lane goes up for that mark once again. But in front, it's been taken. They come out wide looking for Waldrop. Could have been interfered with by Busher. Umpire doesn't see it that way. Drives the ball onto his boot. In comes Parsons. Rocco gets him out illegally. Rocco Versace. And Parsons takes the free kick. And Busher running past. Tries to be a little bit cute. Now he puts Mitchell under pressure. Mitchell's tackled there by Versace. And Versace wins the free kick. Right in front of the South Bunbury interchange box.
Gee, a
There's
bit of
one
heat
for
in that
tackle of the
contest,
game.
wasn't it? That's how Bunbury Mower Service tackle of the game. You get that one down, Charlie.
Yes,
He puts
straight
a hand
away.
up.
Yep.
Oh,
Comes in short, right, drops the mark he should have taken, has Goyder out the back of the pack. Now he's going to switch play the far side of the ground and finds Nordell still inside 50, just trying to be a little bit cute. Finds Gallagher. Gallagher comes in looking for Nordell, comes over the back to Trayfield. He's under pressure from Versace once again. Went the man there, comes out to Cormac. He slips over at the inopportune time. In comes Lane, in comes Phil through the pack. Now he drives it long, but in best position is Goyder.
that's Ethan Nordell. That's what I mean about the distance
mark.
he's covering.
He's got some wheels, goes on the far side of the ground and finds Sawyer. Took a heavy knock last week, did Sawyer, but he's up and about. Drives the ball long down
That's a
centre
clever
wing.
kick.
And out the back, they have the numbers. They play on straight away, looking for Lane. Could have been pushed under the ball. Out there is Stenhouse. Now they have the numbers. The handball comes out to Ashworth. Puts his teammate under pressure. Handball out to Kerwin. Now he has Busher wide and finds him. He can have a bounce. He has one, does Busher. He has 2. In pursuiter's lane. Nearly runs him down. Puts him under pressure. Now Horseman has some metres and time to assess. Comes in as Hawks is pushed into the ball. Looking for Lane. But in front is Nordell. He has got a motor, hasn't he, Nordell? That's Ethan Nordell. Drives the ball long. Gets under that one. Woods in front. It was Kerwin. Now they have the numbers. Lane on the ground wins it. Over to Walrot. Over to Siska. Tries to go back to Walrot. In comes Mitchell. Siska's there. Nordell gets a handball over. Oh, they're under pressure. One was Belsic.
Oh, no.
Step on goal. It's marked right on the goal line by Oliver for Bunbury.
I thought he was going to give you another contender for our WA Carver Supermarket goal of the day, but just dropped short.
McKenna Taylor takes the mark, assesses the situation, goes inboard and finds Perks. He goes long. It's into a nest of South Bunbury players. Goyder comes over the top with the spoil, comes down to Crane, back to Goyder, back to Cormac.
That's
what a tackle by Mitchell. In they come now. That looked okay from here from Mitchell.
That was outstanding from Mitchell.
Umpires paid a free kick to Cormac for too high.
Did he turn that over?
No, he's paid it high from the start, but it looked okay from here as Cormac goes wide while they just reintroduce themselves in the middle of the ground to Versace. Versace goes short and fires ball right in front of the commentary box. Gets onto his left boot. There's a player there. That's Clark. And the umpires paid another 50-metre penalty for late contact. And this will take Clark all the way to the goal line. That was Cooper Zanich. A little bit unlucky. And Clark will go all the way to the goal line to put through the first goal of the second quarter for South Bunbury. And this will be their second one from a 50-metre penalty. But Clark just waltzes up to the goal square.
He got a bit untidy there for a little while as Clark runs in for his goal.
And Clark makes no mistake, point blank range, puts through the first goal for South Bunbury in the second quarter, and they pop out to a 9-point lead, 5 goals, 2-32. The Bulldogs, 3 goals, 5-23. Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard, Bunbury scoreboard.
Something I am noticing, Weaver, that when the ball's going down to the city end or the scoreboard end, there's a lot of players, a lot of forwards are running underneath the football. So whether that is carrying a little bit further than what they expect because the ball carrier has kicked it too deep or the forwards are getting it wrong, something's not quite right.
No, I think you're right, Croney. I think the wind is favouring that. It doesn't look like it by all the trees around, but first and second, early stage this second quarter, it's definitely carrying 3 or 4 metres towards the city end. Unlucky there by Mitchell. That tackle looked solid to me. Umpire didn't see it that way. Another 50-metre penalty results in a goal to Clark. Ball back in the middle. Woods wins it down. Out they come, McGinlay. Handball over the field. Who's been good? Just pops it onto his boot. Playing in front was Parsons, who was terrific in that first quarter. Comes back in.
Our illustrious cameraman has just said, say good day to the Lamonicas because they're sitting in the grandstand listening to the broadcast. Say good day to all.
Good day to all the Lamonicas.
And they're going to a bit of a wave too.
This time Hawkins wins the ball down, direct straight towards Chitty, the skipper. Tries to get the handball over. Comes back to Nordell. That's Bodie with number 7 on today. He goes wide and finds Cormac on the far side of the ground. Been good today, Cormac, as well as his fellow veteran in Sean Crane. Finds Nordell with a terrific kick. Handballs over to Chitty. Chitty drives it down towards the big fella in right. Now they have the numbers once again. Back to Chitty. Woods decides to go the bump, puts him off his kick. Over to King. They're just reintroducing themselves once again in the middle of the ground.
Yeah,
Oliver misses that one.
And so there should be, Weaver. This is a final.
Comes back to McGinlay. Looks out wide for Woods. Gets around his player. Oh, terrific smother by Cormac.
That's what makes champions, doesn't it? You know, they're good at their skill level, but the 1%ers there, Cormac just threw his body on the boot of Woods there and results in a throw-in, brings it back to a 50-50.
Absolutely. Terrific player, Cormac.
Reminded you in your old days, didn't it, Weaver, that just throwing your body on the boot.
And then missing it. The ball's thrown in. Out the back was Burraclough. He couldn't pick the ball up. The handball comes out to Crawford. He's got time to wheel onto his left boot. Decides to handball. Bounce in the middle of the ground. That's Nordell. Beautiful looking kick. Asks a fair bit of his forward there, but it's cut off by the skipper in King of Bunbury. Has players wide. One of them is Ashworth. Ashworth decides to go short. Puts his teammate under pressure in LaMonica. Now LaMonica misses one that he should have taken. McNaughton's in there for Bunbury. Back out to King. Sells a dummy, then just chucks it onto his boot. Over the back of Parsons. He's got 3 to beat. One of them Sawyer. Sawyer handballs back to Horsman. Horsman to Nordell Bodie. He's got time now to assess the situation. It's an up and under kick. Chitty in front. The ball's missed. It spills to LaMonica. Chucks it onto his boot. And it's cut off at half back by Sawyer. He goes wide and finds that man Cormac, who's been terrific. Look at him run now. One of them's Clark. The other one is Jasper Hall. They have the numbers. Hall marks over to Clark. Clark in towards Waldrot. Out the back. Lane's there. Handball over to Crane, who kicked a terrific goal. They come back out. Back to Crane. He has a shot on goal. It's going to land at the goal square. Steinhaus is there and takes the mark right on the goal line.
Well, that was very much on the goal. Well done by the goal umpire there. He was in perfect position.
Steinhaus comes out.
Plus, he said I had to mention his name, Vance, so good job.
And finds the skipper in King right on 50. He goes wider and finds Hawks. Mason Hawks. Terrific young player, Hawks. He's going to go back to King and just maintaining possession. They have Woods in the middle of the ground. He's going to go wider. He goes wider. He's going to put his teammate under pressure, and he does so. And that was Zanic, drops the ball. Now he's got Clark for company, who's been terrific. Just chucks it onto his boot. Real tricky position down there in the forward line. They have the numbers. One of them is Oliver, who's had a little bit of the fumbles. Aaron Handball could have given away the free kick. In they come once again. Umpire lets it play on. Back out to Steinhaus. Chucks it onto his left boot. But they have the numbers. One of them is Hawkins. Just drives it towards the top of the square. Bunbury have the numbers. One of them is King, the skipper. And he takes the mark at the top of the goal square.
Normally we go around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil, but this is the only ground that's happening, Weaver. So we'll just give him a mention, Geograph Civil.
Pretty physical out there as King goes short and finds Bilsich. He plays on now, goes short once again, goes over the top, goes through the hands in the arms of Munro. Munro goes wide with a terrific kick and finds McKenna Taylor. No 50 given. He plays on with a runner in Munro who's been good. Gonna look down there for the big fella in Woods. Plays for the free kick. Over the back is Horsman. He's set upon by Parsons. In comes Woods. He's wrapped up by Versace. And the umpire will come in 10 metres out and throw the ball up.
Thanks to SKG. Get your scans at SKG for your support this afternoon. And what is an absolute beauty so far, qualifying final action. Well, there's a kick down here too. I reckon Parsons is going to get a kick. He will.
Once again, it's Parsons. Free kick given in the ruck contest.
Heading in for his third goal of the afternoon is Braden Parsons.
Having a tough day down there, Horseman. Every time Parsons is around him, something happens. So Parsons to go for his third.
Mr. Horseman too. I know they're tuned in to the telecast this afternoon.
So Parsons from 20 metres out, 45-degree angle. He's going to go for his third. Been their only shining light up forward so far today. In comes the youngster now. Deliberate shot on goal. He's worked hard.
Did that nicely.
It's come back nicely. And Bunbury get one back, courtesy of the boot of Baden Parsons. He gets his third. And he narrows that margin back to 3 points. 4 goals, 5-29. Bunbury. 5 goals, 2-32 South Bunbury. Harvey Norman Electrical Bunbury scoreboard.
That reminded me, the outswingers used to bowl in your day, Weaver. That headed off nicely and swung in through the middle, just the same as yours used to do, mate. But that was a very nice goal by Parsons. His third for the afternoon. And a nice response from the Bulldogs. This game's pretty electric at the minute. She's a fair bit going on, a bit of niggle, and a nice bit of Gen X engineering teamwork happening.
Well, nothing untoward out there so far, but I like a bit of niggle.
It's not untoward. It's just a good physical game of footy.
As finals should be, but good end-to-end footy from both teams.
18-minute marker, I think it's the Preston Power equipment clock of the second quarter.
So 3 points the difference. Ball back in the middle. Up the ruckman go again. No one wins it down. Goes towards Crane. Phil just reaches over the top, showing him, I've got a few inches on you. It comes out the back towards Mitchell. Gets a kick towards Gilchrist, who's been quiet, but he picks it up off the ground. Wheels onto his right boot. Over the back. In comes Versace with a double-fisted spoil towards Gallagher. Puts Versace under pressure. I think that's Horsman has been wrapped up in a tackle.
Harvey Norman Bench is getting a bit of a workout here too, Weaver. They're in and out. Coaches are trying to get the right mix.
As this time Wood for Bunbury wins it down towards Busher. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. 45 metres out from Bunbury's goal. Nearly 20 minutes gone in this second quarter. 4 goals, 5-29 the Bulldogs. 5 goals, 2-32. Ball out the back to Heisman. He'll snap onto his left boot. Could have been a free kick given again.
I reckon he's got it.
Over the shoulder. And Parsons will go back from 20 metres out for his fourth.
I reckon this one might be Jet Woods, Weaver, and I might have tricked you again.
Well, it's just so used to saying Parsons.
You're going to wait till he turns around, though.
It is Jet Woods. I knew that. I was just tricking. I'm sure Mum will be jumping up and down.
You said, can they wear headbands? And they both put a headband on for you.
So Jet Woods, been a little bit quiet today, but got himself in front position.
Normally a very good kicker of the football is Jet Woods.
20 metres out, directly in front, Woods. He makes a goal. I think it's a let-off there for South Bunbury.
Hit the post.
Woods has pushed that across the face of goal for a minor score.
Gee, I just about have to take that. I just about penciled that one in. I know he's a very good young player, he's young Jet Woods.
So Woods got himself in front position, awarded the free kick, but couldn't make South Bunbury pay. So now that margin is just 2 points. 4 goals, 6 the Bulldogs. 5 goals, 2-32 the Tigers. Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard. In comes Goyder with a terrific kick. And Horsman will be happy with that because he's got one. He's had a tough time down there today as Horsman. Just outside 50. Gilchrist on the mark. Nearly smothers that ball. Looking for Cormac. Over comes the big hands of Tyson Wood for Bunbury. And knocks it out of bounds. And he's been done for deliberate. Do we think the South Bunbury bench had a little bit of input into that decision? Not sure. Woods could have taken the mark, punches it out of bounds, and Cormac wins the free kick. Goes inboard and finds.
There's a turnover.
Bell's cut off by Mitchell. Now he puts it in front of Woods. Can he make amends for that let-off? Tries to get around Versace. Great tackle by Versace.
That's a Bunbury Mower Service contender there. Charlie put that one down for Rocco Versace. Gee, that turnover really was very costly.
And another
50 metre again.
So Versace, terrific tackle. His second efforts are outstanding, Versace. Woods nearly broke that tackle to have a shot on goal from 10 metres out. Versace held him up and won the tackle. Goes inboard and finds Hall. Hall goes wide on the far side of the ground and finds Gallagher. 22 and a half minutes gone in this second quarter. 2 points the margin in favour of South Bunbury. Gallagher goes long. They have the numbers in Cranes in front. Free kicks awarded. And it's going to go the way of Waldrod, is it? 55 metres out from goal.
He's got a very good leg too, right on his distance, so this would take a magnificent kick. Did you see Cyril Riley in the Legends
Still
game?
got it, hasn't
wow.
he? So Waldrot, deliberate shot on goal, 55 metres out. Terrific player, wheels around, gets a bit more leverage. It's going to land at the top of the square. Big Woods is there. This time he punches it through, and this time the goal umpire said that's a behind. And the margin creeps out to 3 points. 5 goals, 3-33, the Tigers. 4 goals, 6-30, the Bulldogs. I can't muck that one up today, matey.
You're right there. You've been studying that all week, haven't you?
Oh, it's been killing me.
One mistake and you've lived with it for 2 years.
As the ball's brought back into play and Mitchell takes the mark inside defensive 50, kicks the ball wide, Fields there, runs onto the ball, knocks the ball out of bounds and the ball will be thrown in. Just left the centre, South Bunbury's way. 23 and a half minutes gone, nearly 24 minutes gone in this second quarter.
Bunbury have done a very good job in this second quarter. It looked like the Tigers were going to get well on top, and Bunbury have turned the tables on that, slowed the Tigers' run, and got a bit of run by themselves.
They sure have. Looked a bit dangerous. The ball's run down by Wood to Borough
Nicely
Club.
worked.
Now it's driven out. This is Woods. Over the top, could have received the free kick. In comes Woods once again. He's tackled by Sawyer, gets a handball out. Busher just soccers off the ground. Munro's there, kicked a goal this quarter. Oh, that's a terrific tackle. inside defensive 50.
Gee, I'm glad it's you picking our Bunbury Mower Service tackle of the game, Charlie, because there's been a few options.
We'll need another quarter to read them all out. Terrific tackle. The Munros look lively running towards goal.
I reckon it's a contender for our garage door Southwest Rising Star.
This time Busher does the ruck work. He comes back in with McGinlay. Umpire's seen a free kick. Not much prior on that one. It might be Gallagher, is it, on the mark? Very, very unlucky. And Hayden Busher will go back from 40 metres out directly in front. And this to give Bunbury the lead.
Bunbury back the lead. It's a great game. Harvey Norman interchange bench here, very busy right down in front of us.
We talk about second efforts. Well, Busher was the ruckman in that contest, followed it up, laid a tackle, and he's been awarded the free kick. Hayden Busher, plenty of waffle experience, 40 metres out, deliberate shot on goal. Umpire does not move. And Bunbury rest back the lead deep in this second quarter, courtesy of a goal to Hayden Busher.
Good game of footy we've got in front of us now. Bunbury back in the lead. As I said before, the Tigers in the latter stage of that first quarter, early stage of second quarter, looked like they were going to get on top, and Bunbury have arrested that and worked their way back into this game very nicely. And Busher's had a magnificent first half of this game. He's been in good form for quite a few weeks now, Weaver, and he's continuing on in this final.
He's played most of his career from history at centre half back, but he's spent most of the games I've seen as a ruck rover in the middle of the ground.
I'll tell you what, I'd leave him right where he is at the moment because he's doing a very, very good job.
That tall midfielder, the modern day midfielder. 5 goals, 6-36 Bunbury. 5 goals, 3-33 South Bunbury. Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard. Wood wins it down towards that man Busher. He's wrapped up by Cormac, and the umpire will come in the middle of the ground.
Where the Tigers, we're getting on top around them stoppages. Bunbury have rested that back.
They go again. Woods wins it down over towards Hawks, knocks it in the direction of Kane Mitchell. Could have given away the free kick. Oh, in they come on Gallagher. And he's set upon by Field. Another contender for the Bunbury Mower Service tackle of the game. Gets the handball over to Oliver. Drives the ball long.
Oh, that's a strong mark.
That was Bilsich. But in front, the mark is taken. Going to the middle of the ground.
A strong mark by Nordell, Ethan.
And Mick Norton takes the mark. And that's a siren. Half time here with a late goal to Busher. 5 goals, 6-36 Bunbury. 5 goals, 3-33 on the Harvey Norman Electrical Bunbury scoreboard. 3-point lead to the Tigers.
A terrific game of footy.
3-point lead to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, terrific game of footy we've got here. Great first half of footy. And Bunbury lead going into half time. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to back for the Hollow Beach Bar half-time chat. Qualifying action. South Bunbury and Bunbury going head-to-head. And what a first half of footy we've had, Weaver. Bunbury, it looked like South Bunbury were going to get on top. Bunbury started the game very, very well. Then South Bunbury got on top, and then Bunbury have pushed their way back into lead at half-time.
Outstanding half of footy, as you said, Craney, like Bunbury's first 7 or 8 minutes. Well, South Bunbury couldn't get their hands on the footy, and it was all about Baden Parsons down forward. And then all of a sudden, South Bunbury settled, kicked the next 4 goals of the game. But to Bunbury's credit, they come back and they hit the lead right before half-time.
This is the Hollow Beach Bar half-time chat. Richie and the boys, I know you're sitting up there watching at the Hollow there on the big screen, so g'day to all you guys. I'm sure they're having a good time up there, Weaver.
Well, I've never been there. I look forward to going there, but I'm absolutely 100% convinced that they will be.
You're right. Now let's have a look. Best on ground so far to Buckingham, the Butchers in the Bunbury Plaza Shopping Centre. There's a few players. There hasn't been a consistently best on ground, haven't they? Bush has been very good for Bunbury. Parsons is good. Where would you be looking? Cormac's been good for South.
Yeah, well, probably all those ones you mentioned. I was going to mention like Parsons first, 7 or 8 minutes, and he's looked lively and he's pushed down the ground as well. Bush has been terrific for Bunbury. I think Trey Field's done some really good stuff in there as well, and young Stenhouse has taken some good relieving marks down back. So no one's really outstanding. They're just doing their job at a real high level. For South Bunbury, Cormac's been outstanding, just doing what he does. He hasn't kicked a goal as yet, but he's played most of that in the midfield. Young Shawnee Crane in the midfield as well. Horsman's having a horrible time down back. He's just under pressure, but
I reckon Shawnee will be glad you called him young.
Well, everyone's young compared to me,
Yeah,
except you. But
well said. That is,
But no one's
Right,
sort of
that's enough.
outstanding, but they're just the level's gone up, so they've all gone up a gear, and the tackling's been terrific, and yeah, everyone's just doing their bit to get their team over the line.
So who's hot at half? Thanks to Giovanetti Firewood. Bunbury fend off the cold with Giovanetti Firewood. Who's running hot? Well, it had to be Baden Parsons in that first quarter and a bit. He's got 3 goals already. He's probably missed a couple that he normally would have got, but gee, as a young forward, you'd like to see that. And don't forget, he's a young man.
And he's playing on a terrific defender as well, so...
Well, he started on Horsman. Not too many people get Horsman moved off him, but Horsman got moved off and Rocco Versace got moved in. So that's a bit of a feather in the cap for the young man already.
And that's developing into quite a nice duel, isn't it? Because Versace hasn't looked out of place, an old-style defender, spoiled, get the ball to ground, but... Yeah, Baden past 75. How easy is this game? What do you mean qualifying final? I'm just going up here and everything's landing in my arms. But yeah, his first quarter and a bit has been absolutely outstanding. I actually like Jace Cormack's game as well. I think he's been superb from start to finish. He's just done all that good stuff. But as you said during the call, Craney, he does those 1%ers as good as anyone.
The smother over there, I think.
Absolutely.
This is the Hollow Beach Bar halftime chat. We're going to be back after the break for all the action from the second half.
Yeah, credit to Bunbury. They've hung in there and they've hit the lead just before half-time, courtesy of Hayden Bush's goal from 40 metres out. So that's kudos to them. They've hung in there. They probably don't do that a lot against South Bunbury, but this next 20, 25 minutes is really going to tell us who might get over the line. But this game could go down to the wire, I think. It's just shaping up that way. Everyone's doing their part when they have to. So South Bunbury, they need to respond if they want to get the double chance. And Bunbury, they just got to hang in there and just, there's a couple of moments there. I mean, Young Woods, it's been a little bit quiet, but he missed the goal from 20 metres out. So just got to make the most of their opportunities when they go forward. Parsons has been the shining light down there. So get it down to him. He's on fire today. But whenever they get a shot on goal that they should kick, they need to make them count so they can put some scoreboard pressure on their opposition.
Before we get into the action, Buckingham, the Butchers inside the Bunbury Plaza. The big moments, well, I think we'd all agree, the three of us sitting up here, was Cade Siska's goal where he had to take control of the ball on the wing right in front of us, was going to bounce over his head. He kept a good control. And then he just put the afterburners on and had about 6 or 8 bounces and run into the goal square and kicked the goal. Big moment, you would have thought.
Oh, absolutely. It hasn't been much bigger. There's been a couple of 50-metre penalties, but as far as you said, Croney, during the call, that just to trap that bounce that was clearly going over his head because he's not a big man, and then all of a sudden he got it in control and away he went and kicked the goal from the top of the goal square. It was definitely 6 bounces. I lost count at 3 because that's all I had my whole career, so I gave up after that, but he just got further and further away from Trey Field, who, as we said, is no slouch either across the ground. So that was an outstanding goal, one of the best goals I've seen in my whole footy career, playing or watching.
Interesting matchup here for Southern Lachlan Security. Kev Chitty has gone to Hayden Busher, and I wonder whether that is on a bit of a run with roll, or I would have thought so, wouldn't you, Kev Chitty coming into the middle? Oh,
absolutely. I mean, Bush has been outstanding playing against that big body midfielder, big midfielder, and he's been terrific for Bunbury.
Just about ready to get underway. Third quarter action. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Etienne Spirit and Nigel Reeves.
Up goes Woods, wins the ball over top of Hawkins in the direction of young Cormack, comes back to Woods, tries to do a bit cute in the middle. Chitty's in there, in they come, Crane's in there. He's tackled by Woods and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. So they're starting this second half
where they left off, I think, Weaver.
Yeah, 100% Chitty's got the roll on Busher. See how that one pans out. This time Hawkins wins the ball down. Should have been tackled high was Gallagher. Umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. So still inside the centre square. Opening 30 seconds of this third quarter. 3-point lead to Bunbury. Siska could have been held. Comes over to Busher. Gets a handball out. Over to his opposition player in Chitty. Chitty fell over his own feet, but manages to get the handball back out to Siska.
Did pretty well to get up.
Over to Gallagher, then to Cormack. Cormack's tackle without the ball.
The tackle lingered. The tackle was there, but it just lingered on too long. And we all know in this day and age, you've got to let go.
And Cormack right in the middle of the ground receives a free kick. Great first half by the champion. Plays on now, drives the ball long. Best position. Mark could have been played.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was a terrific mark for Kerwin.
Kerwin takes a marker
He's
in front
a
of
good defender,
Waldrop.
isn't he?
Goes short and finds Mitchell.
He might be our Western All Pest Services defender of the day. There's a few of them putting their hand up.
Can go backwards to Kerwin if he likes. Being called to play on now. Goes short looking for Busher and finds his ex-teammate right on centre wing in front of Cormac. Mitchell runs past.
His ex-teammate.
Ex-Claremont teammate.
Oh, that's all right.
Goes long looking for Parsons. He comes over the top. It comes to Versace. Breaks the tackle. Now gets a handball out to Nordell. He goes down the wing. And finds his brother, Nordell, Ethan Nordell. He's going to drive the ball long, tries to get around Woods. Woods does well on the tackle and not to sling him. Comes over to Cormac, gets a handball back over to Waldrop, puts it in a real dangerous position. The marks drop, in they come. Now they have the numbers, and on the far side of the ground, comes out in the Woods. Mitchell, but it's cut off there by Galloway. And Galloway goes short and finds Cormac. 70 metres out from South Bunbury's goal. That's a great kick from Cormac.
He is all class, isn't he, Jace Cormac? You can see why he's got a few Hayward medals sitting in his bed, a heap of premiership medallions around his neck. He is just a class act.
He's turning it on today in the big games, Cormac.
Well, he's a big game player, isn't he, Jace Cormac? I mean, he's pretty handy in any game, but...
Been sensational today. He finds Lane, and Lane will have the opening shot on goal in the third quarter. 45 metres out, 45-degree angle Lane. The shot on goal. Has it got the distance? It has. And South Bunbury rests the lead back early stages of the third quarter. As Lane gets his second, 45 metres out, he made no mistake. Just had enough juice to get over the goal line. Terrific pass from Cormac.
And it's good to see Tyson Lane back. He had a couple of weeks off with a bit of an injury there, but when he's up and about, he's one of those players that can do anything, isn't he, Weaver?
He's kicked 2 ripping goals. He sure can. Last year he was outstanding in the grand final. Unlucky not to be paid a couple of marks and have another couple of shots on goal, but he's opened up the scoring in the third quarter, gives the lead back to South Bunbury. 6 goals, 339.
So Versace's still back on Parsons. Horsman's gone back to Wood. And that leaves Tommy Gorda out on to Fraser Gilchrist.
It's pretty good matchups down there for South Bunbury. Ball in the middle, comes towards Crane. He's been terrific. He's wrapped up there by Field.
He was going absolutely... Tackling's been sensational today, hasn't it?
It's absolutely solid from both teams. Much room out there. Hawkins gets Wood out the way, taps it towards Gallagher.
He's been busy, Gallagher.
It was good last week as well. We wrapped up by Busher, and once again
He's
the
a bit of
umpire
a chance
will come
for
in.
our garage door Southwest Rising Star. I see Charlie just making a little bit of a note next to him.
As I've picked up, Charlie, when Craney says that, write something down.
Yep.
Ball's in the middle of the ground. Oliver gets around 2 or 3. He finds Busher.
Oh, that
took a bit too much time. Tackle from Horsman. Comes over to Heisman. Back to Taylor. Drives the ball long. But it's going to go over the boundary line.
Gee, don't you love to see players run? Run hard to tackle.
I used to think running was a little bit overrated. But in the modern game...
Well, I do now.
That ball went out in front of Gilchrist, and Goyder will be thrown in 35 metres out from Bunbury's goal. He's been done well, hit the ground, and then all of a sudden got the handball, and they're away. Handball from Crane over to Galloway. Tries to spot up Nordell, but it's cut off by Oliver. Right on the half-forward line. Been a little bit fumsy, Oliver, but gets plenty of the ball. Drives the ball long. They have the numbers there. Over the top was Gilchrist. Ball comes out in the middle of the ground. Goes wide. Finds Waldrop, the far side of the ground. Goes short and finds Crane in front of Field. As Nordelli took that mark. Go wider, that's a great mark. Not paid. Play on, they say. Far side of the ground. Bust out, looking for Field.
Oh, solid hit.
Giving away the free kick, Galloway, but he's done well there to spoil the ball out of bounds. And will be thrown in just left to centre, Bunbury's way. With South Bunbury holding a slender 3-point lead, 6 minutes into this third quarter. WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard, 6 goals, 339 to 5 goals, 636. This time the throw in favours Wood. Gets the ball down towards Busher. Back out to Taylor. Tries to be Cupid. All it does is land in the arms of Crane. Gives it to Velo veteran in Cormac. Over to Gallagher. Terrific looking kick. And he finds Waldrop. He plays on straight away looking for Lane.
That is Gen X engineering teamwork at its very, very best from the Tigers.
It's not Lane, it's Wright. So Jay Wright. Well, he's going to go back looking for his second. Kicked one earlier on in the game. Similar position, courtesy of a 50-metre penalty. Terrific lead and finish. Kick from Waldrop. In comes Wright. Deliberate shot on goal. 30 metres out directly in front. Makes the umpire work a little bit, but I think it's snuck home. It has. So Wright gets his second. And South Bunbury get their second of the third quarter. And they open this margin up now to 9 points. 7 goals, 345. 5 goals, 636. WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard. What a switch of play. Gallagher over
that was, yeah, when
Waldrop.
the handball that come out from the Crane to Cormac to Gallagher and the kick across from Gallagher were absolutely superb. And Waldrop, you'd love to be on the end of that. Just put it, we talk about percentage going into the forward line. You don't need the much. You just need to have it in your favour, don't you, away from the defender. And that was enough for Wright to turn his hips in, take it on the chest, and a nice finish by the Tigers.
They played on straight away, didn't they, Crania? They didn't give a chance for Bunbury to get numbers back. Terrific kick from Waldrop. This time Wood wins it in the middle, comes to Chitty, tackles Busher without it. Umpire's seen the free kick, and it'll go the way of Busher. So he's definitely got Chitty for company in this second half.
The Lamonicas have seen something down front too. It's pointing out there, Weaver.
As this time Busher goes long. Asking a fair bit of Parsons in front. It's Versace. He's been good since he's moved on to Parsons. Handball comes over to Siska. It's him under pressure. Over the top of Galloway, over to Gilchrist. He'll snap on goal. What's this going to do? Oh, the mark's dropped in the goal square. Handball over to Hawks. And Hawks gets a responding goal for Bunbury. And that margin's back to 3 points.
Wow, that was well worked, wasn't it? Young Hawks, he's a good player, isn't he? He's a contender for our Garage Store Southwest Rising Star. He didn't panic, just went back and popped it through. Parsons did a lot of good work in that corner too. Having a good afternoon is Baden Parsons. And it is game on.
Just done enough to maintain control. Got the handball out to Hawks. And the responding goal comes swiftly from Bunbury. 6 goals, 642. Margin back to 3 points. South Bunbury, 7 goals, 345. WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard. And this game is tight.
It's good quality too, which makes it very good. Good to call, Weaver.
Absolutely. One down by Woods once again towards Mitchell. Over to field. Handball to Burraclough. Back out to the big fella in Woods. He drives it long. Looking down there for Parsons. Gets his player out of the way. Illegally, the umpire says Versace will take the free kick deep inside defensive 50. Got himself in the right position, did Versace, and wins the free kick. Far side of the ground, Galloway drives it long. Woods gets in front of Clark, but Clark recovers well. Gets a beautiful bounce over to Chitty, has runners for him, drives the ball long, looking for Lane, and Lane in front takes a terrific mark.
I reckon that's right, Weaver.
Right again. I'm getting them mixed up.
I mean, you're wrong, but that's right.
That's right with the W. They do look similar, even though one's got black shorts on that I've just noticed after a half a footy. But Jay Wright will go back from 35, 40 metres out, tight angle for his third.
After number 3.
Good mark in front.
No
good
Blaine
lead
Johnson
as well.
this afternoon, so a bit on Jay Wright.
And he comes now, Jay Wright. It goes across the face of the goal. Oh. This time Lane nearly takes the mark. My man, the tackle's been put on. That was on Ashworth.
It's on,
Free kick's been paid.
Just getting to know each other down there, Charlie.
Swiping a bit of mud off the jumper there.
I think Jace Cormac's going to end up with a kick for the Tigers.
Terrific tackle.
I don't know
by
whether
Cormac.
he got it or not, but Cormac just pulled rank there, I reckon.
But Cormac will have a shot on goal. 15 metres out. Tight angle. Going for his first today, Cormac. Ashworth's tackled. Took too much time. Opens up the angle a little bit as Cormac comes in. He makes no mistake as Cormac. Shell and peas for the veteran. 15 metres out. And the margin goes back out to 9 points. 8 goals, 351 South Bunbury. And Bunbury 6 goals, 642. WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour, MGIB is there, and we have got a game on our hands. This has lived up to a derby, hasn't it, Weaver? We come here expecting a good performance from both these sides, and we're getting exactly that.
Goal for goal, 100% Crony. Goal for goal, early stages, well, halfway through. 12 minutes into this third quarter. Cormac after a terrific tackle. I'm with you there, Crony. I'm not sure if he did lay the tackle. We'll give it to him.
Both these coaches are swinging the wings to find a bit of an advantage too there, so it's good to see the battle on the sidelines as well as out in the middle.
You need everyone involved in these games, don't you? It's Crawford's moved to the other wing. Siska on this wing with Stenhouse. 9 points the margin, the way of the home side. Hawkins wins it down towards Crane, who's been terrific. He's got Drayfield for company. Ball still in dispute. Comes to Burraclough. Gets it out to Busher. Just pops it onto his right boot. Gilchrist at the back. Tries to keep the ball in front. In they come. He's met heavily there.
This is a game of
Umpires let the ball go on. Now he's come in. Right on 50. That was Horsman. The ball will be thrown up Bunbury's way. Find themselves 9 points adrift. South Bunbury, 13 minutes gone in this third quarter. Handball out towards Chitty. Smothered there by Busher. Just chucked onto the boot. Versace's down there and Parsons pushes him under the ball. Now he's first back. Could receive the free kick here, Versace. And the umpire agrees. And Versace's been good down there. Being called to play on now. Runs himself into a bit of trouble.
Well, it's down the ground too.
Unlucky there, Parsons. Not much in that one. The relay free kick will go the way of Siska, who's kicked the goal of the day so far. Plays on straight away, goes short.
You've already nominated
Nordell.
that,
Oh, it's going to take some beating. It's going to take some beating.
It was a beauty, wasn't it?
Nordell goes in the middle of the ground and finds the big ruckman in Hawkins. Has a player wide if he wants him. Real wide. Decides to go that way. Doesn't get a lot on it. And Busher cuts it off.
He's been sensational today.
He's lost Chitty.
I reckon he's got
another one here.
50.
So another 50-metre penalty. And this will take Busher within range. He'll kick from just inside 50. Going for his second. Bunbury's second in the third quarter. Hayden Busher been terrific today.
He's had a beauty, hasn't he? Right from the word go, Hayden Busher was into it. Harvey Norman interchange bench, still very busy in front of us. And it'll play a bit of a key to this game too.
They're running the rotations now. It's pretty warm out there today. Hayden Busher, kick from about 48 metres out, directly in front. In he comes now. He's got plenty on that. And it's hit the post. Halfway up that hit. Distance, no problem. And it's only a minor score.
I loved every Bunbury player sort of leaned to try and push it away, but it didn't work. Thanks to Geograph Civil too. Normally we go around the grounds, but this is the only game today, Weaver.
It is. What a terrific game of footy we got
It's an
here.
absolute beauty, isn't it?
Gordy this time goes short and finds Galloway. No one mans the mark. Plays on straight away. Looking for Nordell. He had some numbers in the middle. Oh, it's a big tackle in the middle of the ground. In comes Trayfield. Gets a handball back out. Over to Galloway. He's run on from half-back. Just chucks it onto his boot. Touch ball, middle of the ground. Stenhouse is out wide. In comes Burraclough. Been quiet since the first quarter. Denham King tries to put it onto his boot. Has a fresh airy. In they come now. South Bunbury have the numbers. Crawford's in there. Socket off the ground. Comes to Ashworth. Just chucks it onto his boot. Mark dropped by McGinlay. Puts himself under pressure, but has time to wheel through the middle of the ground. Horseman in best position. Goes over his head, courtesy of a spoil from Eastman. Eastman tries to get the ball back. Ends up in the arms of
Kevin
Chitty.
Chitty done a bit of a party trick.
Now they have the numbers on the far side of the ground, Bunbury. One of them is Mitchell. He looks wide for Parsons. Gets Versace out the way. Takes a mark. Has a bounce. closes in, banana!
Oh, deserved better there from Parsons. He was outstanding. Just got inside out for a Rocco Versace and a bounce, and she didn't miss that by much.
First time Versace's been out of position. Parsons had a shot on goal, and it's gone through for a minor score. As Goiter brings the ball back in, looking there for Chitty, and it's knocked over the boundary line by Bilsich. And right in front of the commentary box, the ball will be thrown in. 8 goals, 351 South Bunbury. That's 7 points up on Bunbury. 6 goals, 844. WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard.
Thanks SKG. Get your scans at SKG for your support.
This time Woods has moved into the ruck. Gets it over to Hawks. Chucks it onto his left boot. Ends up in the arms of Bilsich. Back to Oliver. Back to Hawks. Puts him under pressure. Now they have the numbers, South Bunbury. One of them is Cormac. Uses his smarts. Gets a handball over to Chitty. The skipper has time to kick the ball long.
Leicester Bulldogs though. They did well there, Bunbury. Had numbers back.
The ball's cut off by Perks. Goes wide and finds Kerwin. Has King short if he wants him. Should use him. Decides to go shorter, back to Perks. Puts himself under pressure but has enough time and finds Mitchell. Mitchell being called to play on now. Goes even shorter and finds Woods, who has now moved into the ruck to give Wood a bit of a chop out. Wood with no S. Woods in the ruck with an S. He's had to go long. Looking there for Busher. Busher works in front. How's the umpire see this one? We're going to consult here whether Busher marked that ball over the boundary line. Fair call.
Throw in. Well done, umpires.
Quick decision. Ball out of bounds. Thrown in centre wing. South Bunbury with a 7-point lead. 18.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. Ball thrown in. Woods gets out of position, then gets Hawkins out of the way, wins the ball down. Across the front comes Clark with speed. Wheels around, drives it onto his boot. And in front, the mark is taken by Kerwin for Bunbury.
He's been good, hasn't he, Kerwin?
Got a player short if he wants him.
Western
Decides to go in the middle
defender
and
so
finds
far.
Woods. Woods has Busher running around the back, decides to use him. Busher goes long. Parsons is out the back, tries to work in. It's a mark
That's
taken.
a beauty. He can do everything today, Jace Cormac. Put him down for the CPR Outdoors mark of the day, Charlie.
Absolutely.
Gee, that was a good grab.
That'll be hard to beat that one, I reckon.
That was an absolute beauty, wasn't it?
Terrific mark by Cormac. He goes wide and finds Goiter. Goiter with a good-looking kick. Kerwin comes across the front. In comes Crawford. No time there. Back inside towards Taylor. Taylor can have a shot on goal.
And he's got it.
And the margin's back to 1 point. McKenna Taylor, 45 out, tight angle, had time to steady and went bang.
Class act, absolute class act. A contender for WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day. Just the way he went about it, didn't he, McKenna Taylor? Only a young player too, and just did that to absolute perfection. 1 point ball game here at Hands Oval, and just no side can grab ascendancy, Weaver. As soon as they do, the goal comes back at them.
Just found some space, and that's been hard to find for both teams. Absolute contender for goal of the day, McKenna Taylor. Well, he'll sit second at this stage behind Siska.
You've already called it, mate.
But he found some space, assessed the situation, and made no mistake from 45 metres out. 7 goals, 850 Bunbury. 8 goals, 351 South Bunbury. WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard. 20.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. No ruckman wins it in the centre. Woods tries to play for the free kick. The ball spills out. The umpire lets it go. Then the smother comes from inside the centre square. Not sure who that was.
South are having
was
trouble
Nordell.
curbing the influence of Busher, aren't they? He's had a big influence on this game.
Well, Chitty's next to him in the centre, but then Busher uses his smarts to get out. The ball's one out towards field. Just chucks it onto his boot. Over towards Taylor. Goes the second grab. Couldn't get a hold of it. Mitchell's in there for Bunbury. In they come now. Mitchell lays a tackle. The umpire will come in as the ball spills out. Throw the ball up 45 metres out from Bunbury's goal.
It's going to be a test of the fittest, isn't it? Both mentally and physically this afternoon.
100% Croney, and as you said, that score bench is going to come into play as it comes over to Burraclough. Handball to Hawks. Up and down it goes. Nearly lands in the arms of Munro. Now they get the ball out. South Bunbury in best position. Here's Oliver. But in comes Nordell. Could have been held. Umpire didn't see that one. They're going after Nordell. Oliver gets a handball over to King. King does a bit of fancy footwork.
Just every contest is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? There's no easy ball. If you want to kick, you need to earn it. And that's how it should be, Weaver. Fantastic game at Southwest Football League.
And how good was Nordell there? Just got a fingertip.
Just that little bit of a two advantage.
Ball's thrown in centre wing, right at the commentary box. Socket off the ground, in front of Lane. Got him right this time. Gets a handball over to Chitty. He handballs to no one in particular. It's going to favour Waldrott. He'll close on goal.
Oh.
Will it come back?
I tell you what.
And Waldrott gets a responding goal. And that's a contender. The WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day. Cade Waldrott, you star.
Just when South need a goal, Cade Waldrott always pops his head up and does something special. That was an absolute beauty. Just about Charlie's running out of ink over there too. Are you going right over there, Charlie?
Yeah, this is going to be quite tough
Siska
to choose.
Waldrott, Taylor. That's my podium so far today.
That's a good way of doing it.
23 minutes into this third quarter. The margin back out to 7 points. 9 goals, 357 South Bunbury. 7 goals, 850 Bunbury. WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard.
So Wright goes into the ruck for the Tigers up and Tyson Wood back in. So that'll be an interesting contest there too. Cade Waldrott goes in the middle for the Tigers after that magnificent goal.
This time Wood gets it down, but it ends up in the arms of Nordell. Bodie Nordell, pass looking forward. Tyson Lane in front, out muscled, comes out to the skipper in King for Bunbury. Has a bit of time, in comes Siska, he's nearly tackled, puts him off his kick, but they have the numbers. One of them is Hawks, tries to get around, some sort of handball back to Burraclough. Now they have the numbers out. LaMonica, there you go, Mum and Dad, I've called him. In front is Versace of Parsons. And a free kick's paid, and it'll go the way of Versace.
You just got a thumbs up then too, Weaver?
Versace's been good. What a duel that's been.
Oh,
He goes wide and finds Galloway.
It's been good contests all over the place.
That was Wright. Wright goes to Gallagher, over to Galloway, back at the far side of the ground. They got the numbers out here, and that's Goyder. Wheels around now, drives the ball long.
Oh.
Mark is dropped.
Yeah, that was a
Easy
clever kick
mark.
by Nordell. Spotted going into the pocket. Whoever that was going into the pocket.
A let off there for Bunbury. Uncontested mark drop. This time over the top of Woods. Ball still in a tough spot. Umpire letting the play go on. Handball out to Siska, my man. Siska snaps on goal. And it's just gone through for a minor score. And that margin, 8 points now, nearly 25 minutes gone in the third quarter. 9 goals, 4-58.
That was on the Preston Power Equipment clock too, Weaver.
Exactly.
It's working well, that clock, isn't it?
It's working overtime. Boom, boom. As the ball's brought back into play.
It didn't take much to
Oliver
amuse
takes
you,
him
does it?
up. No. They're still inside defensive 50, the Bulldogs. They go wide now, looking for Mitchell. He's going to be under pressure. Oh, that's a terrific mark by Mitchell.
Oh,
What's he paid here?
I'm not quite sure what that was
don't
for.
know.
It's a let off there as Mitchell took the mark.
Once again, I was about to write that down. It's happened a lot
I think
today.
there's more marks that haven't been paid today than good ones that have. Which comes over the top. In they come now. And another free kick's been paid. And this time it's Crane. Has Nordell in the middle. Still too far out to score. Bodie Nordell. 55 metres out. He's got a lead. Aaron Wright over the back. They have the numbers. Belsic gets the ball down to LaMonica. Says, I'm calling him now. Tries to handball out. Comes to Cormac. In comes LaMonica.
Great tackle by LaMonica, you reckon?
Terrific tackle by LaMonica. He's doing everything so far today. The ball will be thrown up right on 50. 9 goals, 4-58 South Bunbury. 7 goals, 850 Bunbury. 26 minutes gone in this third quarter. He's in a real dangerous position. Umpire's seen another free kick. And this time it'll go the way of Bunbury. Barraclough's slide. Oh, it's just gone over Chitty's head. Umpire's called play on here. And now Barraclough's been played holding the ball. Clark picks it up, plays on straight away. He's read the situation. In front was Nordell. Waldrop onto his natural boot. And he puts through his third. Back-to-back goals for Waldrop. Bit of confusion right in front of the South Bunbury interchange box with the mark not being played. Must have been touched. Clark picked the ball up. Waldrop gets himself front and centre. And on his natural side, puts through another. And this margin, game high, 14 points.
Well, I just watched the replay. I'm still confused, Weaver, but in the end, Waldrop has kicked the goal and South move away a little bit.
But 5 goals to 2 in this third quarter. 10 goals, 464 South Bunbury. 7 goals, 850 WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard.
Crowd's up and about enjoying it, isn't it, from this magnificent new facility here at Hands Oval.
Everything seems to happen right in front of the home team's interchange box. But it obviously must have been touched. No ruckman wins it in the middle. Comes over the field, chucks it onto his left boot. It goes past Barraclough. The handball back out to Mitchell, who's been good in this third quarter. He drives it down and finds McKenna Taylor.
Gee, if he meant that, Mitchell, that was a very, very clever kick. I'm going to give it to him if he meant it, but he's seen him on, if it's a bit of an outside of the boot, half torpedo pass, but it worked very, very well.
Well, he's played at the highest grade, highest level.
So obviously
Mitchell. Let's give it to him.
He knows a bit about the game, doesn't he?
When he gets the ball, he does something with it. McKenna Taylor, too far out to score, goes into the pocket. Could have been a chopping of arms there, but the ball has been rushed out.
That's a little bit of a trap here at Hands Oval. That scoreboard, it drags people in. And you're better off to sort of sneak in the middle. I know it opens up a bit of the middle of the ground for the opposition, but if you set up and lock right when you come in, it makes it a lot easier.
So ball thrown in, 30 metres out from Bunbury's goal, 14 points down. Over the top comes Wright. Now they have the numbers. Snap on goal!
That was Mitchell again, I think.
Through for a minor score. Kane Mitchell, dangerous around goals.
He loves it, doesn't he?
So 13 points the margin, 29 minutes gone in this third quarter. WA Carpet Supermarket scoreboard, 10-4-64 South Bunbury. 7 goals, 9-51 Bunbury. I've just got to hold on here.
Well, lock it in now, Bunbury, the Bulldogs.
Need a goal right before three-quarter time. But this game has lived up to all the hype and expectation. It's Goyder runs out of the square, drives the ball long. That's a long kick over the top. Mark nearly taken.
There's been so many nearly marks of the day, haven't there?
Ball back in the middle, and it finds Oliver. Plays on, runs himself into trouble, looking for the big fella in wood. He has some assistance. Now it goes right into the top of the square. Nordell comes over the top, comes to Heisman. They have the numbers. Handball back out to Clark. Just chucks it onto his left boot. And who's there? Waldrop takes the mark.
So it is three-quarter time here at Hands Oval, and South Bunbury 10 goals, 4-64, lead Bunbury 7-9-51. Absolute ripper of a game here between these two very good football sides. We'll be after the break for the final quarter action. Three-quarter time, South Bunbury 10-4-64, lead Bunbury 7-9-51. More scoring shots to Bunbury Weaver, but geez, just been a great contest, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And every time South Bunbury flex their muscles, Bunbury hang in there and get one back. But, geez, 5 goals to 2 in that third quarter has given them a 13-point lead. So you'd expect them to keep going. Bunbury need to really respond early in this last quarter. But they'd be pretty happy with their performance. It might not give them the win, but it'll give them some confidence going into whatever final they play next week. Busher had an opponent or had a tag on him in the centre there, but he still managed to find a fair bit of the ball.
He has been outstanding all day.
He's been Bunbury's best, I think.
Right from the start, though, right from the first bounce, and he started in that midfield, spent a lot of majority of time in that midfield, and has been outstanding for him. Kev Chitty went there as a bit of a tag on him, and even Kev couldn't hold him down in his 100th game, Kev Chitty.
Yeah, Kev's no slouch either, so Busher just showed all his experience, but Waldrop looks dangerous up forward. Ethan Nordell has been outstanding. Clark is just moving across the ground. They're very, very fit, South Bunbury. Cormac is just turning back the clock like Benjamin Button.
Well, he's
Jace Cormac, he's just been absolutely on fire right from the start of the game.
About took our Outdoors mark of the day, and I don't think anyone's going to get the goal of the day off your man, but we've got a few nominations.
Well, it'll be a pretty strong argument at the end of this game for goal of the day if someone beats that. But yeah, this is a terrific game of footy. 13 points the margin.
Wide open game of footy, isn't it? Bunbury and South Bunbury head to head in qualified final action. I'll tell you what, the start of this first goal, we always say that very important, but it'd be nice to get a bit of a sniff, wouldn't it?
Well,
Not far away from it.
Bunbury
Weaver.
can get it, then they'll just give themselves every chance. If South Bunbury get it, they could run away with it.
Well, that belief that Bunbury need, that belief that they can win this game of footy, and I'm sure that's what Coach Troy Hollins would have been saying to him. Believe, take the game on and just believe in your ability.
Versace's done a good job on Parsons, hasn't he, since halfway through that second quarter.
That's been a magnificent contest between two very good players. Final quarter action. This is SEN Spirit and Nigel Reeves.
Once again, Wood wins the ball down. There's our man Cormac. He's set upon straight away, middle of the ground by Mitchell. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. 30-minute quarter, that third quarter, so there's plenty of time for both teams to get over the line here. 13-point margin the way of South Bunbury as the free kick's paid in the middle of the ground, and it'll go the way of that man Mitchell. Couple of shots on goal. Mitchell used all his experience, goes short and finds Busher, who's been Bunbury's best. He wheels around straight away, goes long, over the top. Goyder wins the ball out. Busher gets Chitty out of the way. In comes King. Nordell uses his leg speed, has a player in right on a lead, and he takes the mark in front, uncontested.
That was Bodie Nordell there. He just put the hammer down, didn't he, and had a fair bit of pressure on him. Wright had drifted away in that forward line from the Tigers, and Bodie Nordell had the nous to pick him up. So big kick from Jay Wright. He's already kicked 3 for the afternoon. Or has he kicked 2 for the afternoon? 2 for the afternoon. Sorry, Charlie. I'll give him one early.
The right on 50, Jay Wright going for his third, gets close to the man on the mark. He's got a fair purchase on it. It's going to fall a little bit short and go across the face. And the opening score of the last quarter is only behind. 10 goals, 565 South Bunbury. 7 goals, 951 Bunbury. White and Emmett scoreboard. 14 points the margin, 1.5 minutes gone, last quarter. Double chance on the line. Ball's brought back in, looking for Hawks. Over the top comes Nordell. Forces Hawks to just chuck it onto his boot. And it comes out to Busher, who finds himself on his own. Now Woods is there. Versace's there. Versace gets his hand on it in front of Gilchrist. Ball spills out to Horsman. He's had a tough day. Handballs it straight to Woods. In comes Versace with a tackle. And the umpire's paid holding the ball here on Woods. And Versace wins the free kick just outside defensive 50. Has Goyder running past him. Goyder will go long onto that left boot, right in front of the commentary box. Surely that's not out of bounds deliberate this time from Woods as he spoils Nordell.
That would be a little bit unlucky, I think, Weaver.
There might be a 50 paid if that was the case.
There's a lot of young talent in the Southwest Footy League nowadays, isn't it?
Oh, there sure is.
The rising star for Garage Stores Southwest is going to be a good one for you to pick, Charlie.
Woods wins it down, comes over to field. He's been good today. Now it's a foot race. McGinley's there. He's got Gallagher for company. Bowson's up nicely for McGinley. Gets onto his left boot. Puts it in front of Woods. He doesn't get the bounce. Back over to Galloway. He goes wide. Now Gallagher. He gets a bounce. Gets around his player with ease. Comes in the middle of the ground, but it's going to favour Denham King. Sean Crane's there. King has to go backwards. Forced there by Crane and finds Oliver outside defensive 50. He's going to go back to where it come from. And the mark is taken on the far side of the ground. Will's inside. They have the numbers here. The mark is taken. Still too far out to score. Goes into a dangerous position. Over the top comes Horsman this time. Spills out to Munro. He'll have a shot on goal. Straightens up. And he's kicked it out of bounce on the full. Just a little bit of pressure inside 50 from Goyder.
He's had a pretty good day though, young Munro, hasn't he? Been well and truly up and about.
He just looks dangerous around goals, and he's got first burst of speed that gives himself enough time to open up.
There's another 50 being paid here for some reason.
Not sure what that was for. I reckon 50-metre penalties are up around 7 or 8 today. 3 or 4 of them costing goals that first half. And the ball's brought back into play, coming right across the ground, and finds Sawyer in front of Burraclough.
He did that well, Sawyer. Just found a fair bit of space.
He's going to go back inside and find Nordell. This bloke's got a good tank on him, and he goes on the far side of the ground. And they've opened up the far side now through Goyder. Bit of an ordinary looking kick, looking there for Chitty. Bounces past Busher and favours Chitty now. In comes Busher, wraps him up in a tackle. Umpire lets it play on. It's still play on. Favours Chitty. Knocks the ball out in front of Waldrott.
Nearly got to be a 0-0 draw there, and the umpire's still going to go.
Just hope the players don't get frustrated. There's a lot of 50-metre penalties, cost a few goals so far in this game.
You got to say, he's so disciplined in footy nowadays, don't you, Weaver?
You sure do.
There would have been a few back in your day.
Well, there were only 15-metre penalties back when I started. As Wood wins clean possession, puts it onto his boot, and in front is Versace. He's been good today, Versace. He's going to come across the far side of the ground looking for Siska. Doesn't favour him, but Siska does well. Now he puts Gallagher under pressure. Ball's won by Woods. Drives the ball long. Now it's a foot race. Deep in defence. Ball bouncing around. They have the numbers here. South Bunbury. Goyder's one of them. Wright's another. Ball's run out. Umpire's seen a free kick. No advantage played.
Back to Goyder, I think.
As Taylor come in and got Goyder in the back.
He got a bit of a cramp too, as McKenna Taylor.
He goes wide, looking for Siska. That's a terrific kick. And he takes a mark in front of Munro, right in front of the South Bunbury interchange box. Got Goyder back if he needs him. Still have to win the game here. Decides to go long. Oh, up they go. Lane was one of them. Ball spills out towards Oliver. In comes Hawks. Clark's there.
One of these big leaps is going to stick soon, Weaver. I reckon the boys have seen the sun's out, so we're going to have a crack at it. After all the games we've played in the wet.
They're not going to die trying, are
the
they?
high flyers have gone, hello, this is our day.
So still 14 points the margin. No goals scored in this last quarter so far. Wood gets in front, could have been held, wins it down. It comes to Nordell, who's been terrific, puts in front of his brother. Ethan gets a handball out to Clark, crosses 50, shot on goal. Defence working overtime, in comes Wright, lays a tackle. How's the umpire going to see this? The ball will be thrown up right in the goal square. 2 metres out.
Oh, 2
metres. 2 metres, 1 metre. It's
One-
close enough. We could even kick it, Craney, I reckon.
1.5 metres, I reckon we'll go, Weaver.
Just landed a bit short there from Clark. Woods tries to get it out, gets it to Mitchell. In comes Crane, in comes Mitchell. The umpire will come in now and throw the ball up, this time 4 to 5 metres out from South Bunbury's goal. 14 points the margin in favour of the home side. Woods wins it down. Ball still in dispute. In they come once again. Mitchell's one of them.
Bit like a rugby scrum that. They're just going on metres gained.
Crane's in there. Clark's in there. Gallagher. Ball thrown up once again. No ruckman wins it down. Trying to get the ball out to Crane's there. Waiting. Kicked a ripping goal from that position last week. They've gained a few metres here. Now about 30 metres over to Nordell. He'll snap on goal. And he makes no mistake. Ethan Nordell. Terrific ruck work down there. Nordell found some space. And
it was nicely set up, wasn't it, Weaver? They had runners on one side and runner on the other. Ethan Nordell was one of them that went to the right side of it, and once he got it in his hand, he snapped it over his shoulder to put a nice little break in for the Tigers, but they worked that well in a pretty tricky contest.
Well, they worked the ball out from right at the top of the goal line all the way out to 25 metres out, and that allowed Nordell to find some space from a terrific ruck knock, and he made no mistake from 20 metres out. So the opening goal of the last quarter, 8.5 minutes in, goes away at South Bunbury They move out to a game high now, 20-point margin. 11 goals, 571. 7 goals, 951 Bunbury. White and Emmett scoreboard.
Thanks to Geograph Civil for your support throughout the season 2025.
Putting himself up for best on ground is Ethan Nordell. He's covered this whole
He
ground.
covers a lot of ground, doesn't he? As I said, he pushes back into the fence and then you find him up forward.
He's been terrific. Ruckman up again. One down by Hawkins. It favours Nordell. Bodie Nordell, they're starting to get on top now. Ball bounces over Waldrot's head, who's also been terrific. They have the numbers out there. One of them's Oliver. It bounces back. Shot on goal. Goes across the face of the goal.
If he had a nail, that would have been a
Someone would have
as
slipped
well.
off the podium. Not Nate Siska.
For the WA Carver Supermarket goal of the day. He did. Gee, that would have been an absolute beauty as well. We've seen some very good goals this afternoon.
Through for a minor score, so the margin now 21 points.
And we might have a Seapoor Outdoors almost mark of the day today because there's been a lot of almost marks, Weaver.
There sure has. Kerwin brings it in, finds the skipper in King. Goes around the man on the mark, drives it long. Woods is there, nearly takes the mark. Handball comes out towards Hawks. Sean Crane's there, and he rushes the ball over the boundary line, right in front of the commentary box. Was his team 21 points up, 10 minutes into this last quarter, 11 goals, 672 to 7 goals, 951 White and Emmett scoreboard. Bunbury need the next one if they're going to give themselves a chance. The big fellas go up again. Woods just bashes it down. Bush is there, Mitchell's there, tries to get the handball over to Busher. Umpire's seen a throw. And Goyder will win the free kick. Been good today, Goyder. They've welcomed him back.
Yeah, he's
his experience.
Pretty handy man to have coming back into the side, isn't he?
Goes along the boundary line
nice
with
kick.
a bullet-like pass and finds Clark.
Who's been pretty handy himself.
Absolutely. And another 50's paid. This time against Mitchell. Mitchell was 25 metres away from
Couldn't
Clark.
have been against Mitchell, was it?
Mitchell was looking at the umpire. He was the only Bunbury player within the vicinity. And Clark will go back, courtesy of another 50-metre penalty. He'll have a shot on goal, 40 metres out, slight angle. Going for his second, and this could nearly put the game out of reach for Bunbury. So I reckon we're closing in now on about 10 50-metre penalties for the whole game, and half of those have resulted on shots on goal, if not goals.
A little bit confused about that one myself, but the fact is that Clark is having a shot for goal.
In comes Clark now. Just push that across the face of goal, and it's through for a minor score. So a let off there for the Bulldogs.
Well, the Bulldogs are good enough. Geez, but I tell you what, there'd be some tired bodies out there between both these sides.
Kerwin crosses the goal square, plays on, goes straight up the middle looking for the big fella in wood. Has to spoil the ball in front of Hawkins. Cormax picks it up. That's a terrific tackle.
That's a Bunbury mower
sees it that
service.
way.
Tackle of the game.
And Big Woods plays on straight away. Doesn't know what to do with it. Has Mitchell out. He's got to contest against Goyder. Comes into the arms of Gallagher. Handball over to Versace, who's been terrific. Back to Goyder. Gets dealt with after he kicked it. Ball still in play. In comes Oliver. Tries to go the torpedo. Which way will this bounce? Goes past Versace. Has some support there in Horsman. Back to Goyder. Back to right. Comes in the middle of the ground and finds Galloway. Now they spread. They have the numbers on the far side of the ground. One of them is Hall. They are running. He's got to go to him. McGinlay decides to come in board and finds Bodie Nordell. He'll come into the centre of the ground and find Galloway. Galloway goes wider right in front of the commentary box and finds that man in Goyder. Thomas Goyder goes short and finds Jack Wright, centre wing in front of Parsons. Will's in board now. Goes over the top of Hall. In comes Field. Couldn't mop it up. Bush is there. Little toe poke to Hawks. Gets it back to Oliver. And he's wrapped up. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up.
See Matt Jamison there, the coach of Bustleton, a very interesting onlooker. Of course, he'll take on the winning side this afternoon.
Well, it looks like South Bunbury at this stage just over halfway or nearly halfway in this last quarter.
That on the Preston Power equipment clock there, Weaver.
The Preston Power clock, 30-minute third quarter. Don't know if this one it's going to go as long. Woods wins it down. Burraclough been a little bit quiet since the first quarter. Gets a handball over to LaMonica. Gets a nice bounce. Puts the ball up in front of Parsons. And Parsons uses his height and takes the mark in front of Versace.
CPR out there to centre, chance.
Goes in short and finds Mitchell. They have to go at all costs. Looks down, looking for Woods. That's a terrific kick.
Gee, that's all class, Mitchell.
Terrific kick by Mitchell. And he's found Woods. And young Jet Woods will have a shot on goal, 30 metres out, tight angle.
Breathe life back into the game too with the Bulldogs. There's still plenty of time left.
Bring this margin back to under 3 goals. So in comes Woods now. Deliberate shot on goal. It's coming back. It's coming back. I think he's done enough, young Woods. He has.
Gee.
The umpire did a lot of work down there. Everyone was undecided. But Woods from the boundary.
How cool is young Woods? He just kicked that magnificent goal and just wanders back in there.
Didn't show us a lot, did he?
No, it didn't. But this is still game on. No mistake about that. Bunbury keep pursuing into this game as big Tyson Wood comes off the big Bunbury ruckman on the Harvey Norman interchange bench to have a well-earned rest. I don't think it'll be long before he's back out there.
Been terrific today. Woods basically rucked all day. Tyson Wood. But terrific kick from young Jet Woods. Missed one from directly in front in the second quarter. Kicks that one from near on the boundary.
It was laid back, wasn't it?
Just didn't give us any celebration. The goal umpire was doing a lot of work down there. Now this margin's back to 16 points. 8 goals, 9.57 Bunbury. 11 goals, 7.73 White Nemeth scoreboard. 15 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter. Parsons now moves into the ruck. Goes over towards Field. And Field wraps up Clark, I think, in the middle of the ground.
I said plenty of time left in this game of footy. That's why we love the game, Weaver.
Hawkins wins it down towards Cormac. Could have been slung in his tackle. Umpire sees it that way. Is it advantage? No advantage as Siska found a little bit of space. There's only 5 bounces in that one if he got to the goal square.
I reckon McGinley was quite happy that they called that back, actually, because he would have been chasing.
As young Jace Cormac in the middle of the ground had a superb game. Plays around the man on the mark. Drives the ball long. Oh, nearly a strong mark taken.
I reckon it's been chopped the arms.
Is it Nordell?
Gee, that was strong hands by Ethan Nordell there. He was under enormous amount of pressure.
He kept his eye on the footy, didn't he? Didn't duck his head. Gave him every chance to mark the ball or receive the free kick. Too far out to score. Goes towards that pocket. It carries right. Over the back is Parsons.
Gee, that's happened a lot today where the forward's gone underneath it.
I think that might be leading too fast. I don't think that wind is actually that
I
strong
don't think
down
so.
there.
It's
just
the
the
judgment,
nature
I
of the
think.
game.
Yep.
100%. The ball will be thrown in 30 metres out from South Bunbury's goal. 16 points up, 17 minutes gone in the last quarter. Right, gets Parsons out of the way. It comes back to him. He snaps on goal. And it's gone through for a minor score. It's a little bit sloppy in defence on that throw-in with Bunbury. And a let-off once again.
Thanks to SKG. Get your scans done at SKG for your magnificent support for the coverage.
So Kerwin will bring the ball back in. Been good down there today. Plays on outside the goal square. Goes long on the far side of the ground looking for Parsons. Over the back, the mark's taken.
Did that well.
Now Mitchell's found himself in space. Could he do a Siska? He's got to have a bounce. No, he doesn't. He's short and finds his ex-Claremont teammate in Busher. He runs on now, Mitchell. Handball puts him under pressure. South Bunbury have the numbers. Nordell just drops it onto his boot. Oh, nearly a terrific mark in the middle of the ground. Couldn't quite hang on to it.
It's one
Comes
of those
out the back to Siska.
nearly marks.
Nearly marked. Siska to Crane. Crane gets it back and finds Hall in space. Still 2.5 kicks out from goal.
Gee, they worked that well in a tight space.
Decides to come in the middle of the ground. If this ball goes out the back, they have the numbers. South Bunbury still have the numbers, trying to work it down. It's cut off by Gallagher. Drives the ball down. Lane nearly takes the mark. Playing for the mark. Soccer off the ground by Waldron. Waldron has sockered it through, and he's got his fourth. And that could be the game right there. Players stopped as Lane was trying to claim that mark. Spilled out to Waldrot.
Once again, Cape Waldrot, when the team needs it, he pops up and gets a goal. It was him that put a bit of icing on the cake in that third quarter. And once again, a bit of a smarts, I suppose, about that. Just laid his boot into it, and it went through the middle. Well, Bunbury needed.
I'm not sure how many times he's used his right foot to kick a goal, but he done the smart thing, socketed off the ground, and it bounced through truly.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour. MGIB is there, Weaver.
It's there.
It's
23
there.
points the margin now.
And
8 goals, 957, 12,880.
And it was a nice bit of Gen X engineering teamwork.
It was absolutely 100%.
I'm on a roll.
Waldrot, 4 goals to his name. Comes into the middle. Field's wrapped up. Ball's not going anywhere. That was Clark who laid the tackle on Field. Be thrown up just left the centre. White Nemeth scoreboard, 23 points to margin, 8,957, 12,880. South Bunbury spills out to Mason Hawkes, just chucks it onto his boot. Busher takes a terrific mark inside the pack. Been called to play on, shot on goal. At the numbers there, Heisman takes the mark, and Heisman plays on straight away.
There's still life in the game, Weaver.
And the responding goal comes within a minute. Dylan Heisman done some clever things today, but been a little bit quiet on the goal front. He gets his first, and they have the reply.
Yeah, they just keep on coming, the Dogs, don't they? And so they should. You know, they've been fantastic all day today. It's just been a great game of footy. Great contest around as Parsons will come into the ruck for the Bulldogs to have a bit of a run through their centre break. And I'll tell you what, they don't lose anything when he goes through there either. He's a very talented young footballer.
He's had a day out today, hasn't he, Parsons? 9 goals, 963.
I thought he was going to kick 11 the way he started off, Weaver.
He probably thought that as well. 12,880. South Bunbury. Parsons wins it down. Comes straight to him. Cormac lays a tackle. Umpire says that was a terrific tackle. And Jace Cormac wins the free kick in the middle of the ground for the Tigers. He's trying to slow the ball down now. He's going to go long. 1-on-1 down there. Over the top comes Nordell. Had a couple of grabs at it. Socket off the ground. Lands to Crane. Kicking in danger. And the skipper, the 100-gamer. Has he got the leg from here, Crane? He's going to kick for 55.
In the fourth quarter, this might be a big ask for Kev Chitty. He don't mind you. He's going to have a crack at it. You might as well celebrate your 100th.
Well, he's not going to
look for a
go
lead
back,
here
and everyone
somewhere.
goes back, and someone just pops into a hole and takes the easiest of marks. But Kev Chitty, the skipper for South Bunbury.
That's what he's looking for.
Absolutely. And there it is. Leads on. Ball doesn't hit its target. That was Connor Valley. Spills out now, still in dispute. 30 metres out from goal. Umpire's seen a free kick. And this time it's going to go the way of Bunbury. And it's their skipper and Denham King. Has Mitchell inside if he wants him. Still there, being called to play on. Nearly smothered off the mark. Now he has to go long. Versace's there, could have received a free kick, pushing the back. And Versace, who's been terrific all day,
He's
especially
been good,
since he's
hasn't
moved
he?
on to Parsons. He's up for the challenge, Rocco Versace. He's going to call, now he kicks long. It's a slow floating drop punt. The mark's dropped there, boy. Nordell might have hit him in the face, and it's gone out of bounds. 45 metres out from South Bunbury's goal. 17 points up, the Tigers. 22 and a half minutes gone in this last quarter. White Nemeth scoreboard, 12,880, 9,963 Bunbury.
We're looking for a rising star thanks to Garage Stores Southwest. I'm sure Charlie's all over that. And the best defender for Western All Pest Services.
Ball spills out the back. They have the numbers. King receives the handball. He's going to drive the ball long. It's Heisman. Has he got the foot speed? That's a terrific mark by Heisman. I thought that ball was going to bounce in front of him. He's going to try and go short to Busher. Cut off by Nordell. Comes back to Busher. Busher can go wide.
On the outside.
Goes wide.
What a spoil.
Stenhouse thought he had the mark, but across
So
the front
did
of
we.
him was Gallagher. Ball still in play. 30 metres out from Bunbury's goal. Umpire lets it play on. Spills out to Hawks. Tries to get around onto his left boot. Puts it into a tricky position. Top of the square, and it lands in the arms of Kane Mitchell. He's going to waste no time. 20 metres out. He's missed.
Oh, he probably should have wasted a bit of time.
He's missed.
Gee, came Mitchell.
What a let-off.
That was a spoil by young Gallagher there.
That'll give him a good chance for the Rising Star.
Yeah, oh, good one, Charlie. Absolutely, mate. The Grades Draw Southwest Rising Star.
And that would have put him within 11 points. And what a
Well,
let-off.
he had to move quickly, but maybe he just could have taken a little bit more time to ensure it.
As once again, Goyder runs out of the goal square.
That's
He goes
centimetre
wide.
perfect.
He's asking a fair bit of Horsman. A lucky let-off there as the ball spilled out of bounds by Busher.
There wasn't much in that, was it? That was right on the boundary line.
Millimetres.
The millimetres, we
Millimetres.
not
We
even
went yards and
centimetres.
inches last week.
Yeah, we did.
All the youngsters had to Google it.
Pounds and pennies, pounds and pennies.
Ball thrown in, Parsons in front, over the top comes Hawkins, spills out to Crane. Oliver's there, in he comes, puts his head over the ball. So does Clark, who's been terrific. Zanuck is there,
Oh, there
just
you
kicked
go.
out of mid-air by Jack Wright. Now it's a foot race. Nordell's there. I wouldn't like to be there as Perks is there, gets the handball out to Zanuck, tries to get it back. It comes over to Crane. Crane handbounce to Waldrop. He's going to go for number 5. Missed. Through for a minor score. Terrific pressure. Waldrop ran into an open goal, even though he's a left footer. Just a late tackle from Daniel Perks put him off.
That's probably not the best kicking you'll ever see in the.
Well, it's just a set play.
He
The
fixed
ball's brought back in.
the old set play, was it? The dribble set play.
And it comes to Ashworth.
Oh,
now they're in trouble.
again.
Spills out to Siska. He knows where the goals are. And he certainly knows where the goals are. And that's a straightforward goal for Cade Siska compared to the one he kicked earlier on in the game. And just a comedy of errors coming out of fullback for Bunbury. Siska pounced. A couple of kicks didn't find their target. Siska found himself in space. From 25 metres out, ran into an open goal. And this margin now at the 26-minute mark, 23 points, 13 goals, 987. South Bunbury, 9 goals, 1064. Bunbury, White Nemeth scoreboard. I think the margin's too great now, Croney.
Jesse Kerman comes off the Harvey Norman interchange bench. He's had a good day at the office, has Jesse Kerman. But having a bit of a spell. Looks a bit sore. Cramped up.
He's a pair of work to do down there. Hasn't disappointed Kerwin. The margin's just a little too far to close up now. Ball back in the middle.
Been a fantastic start to the finals campaign, though, isn't it?
This time it's one down by Hawkins towards field. Crane's in there as well. Umpire will come in and throw the ball up. We're closing in on 27 minutes in the last quarter. 3 goals to 2.
Oh,
Woods this time just smashes it
That's a way
forward,
to
gains
clear them.
about 30 metres. It comes over to Nordell, one of his team's best, if not the best. He goes wide and finds Gorder, who's been terrific.
I reckon you'd just about pencil him in as the best, Weaver. Ethan Nordell, he's been absolutely fantastic, both ends of the ground.
Absolutely. What a game he's played. Gorder goes long, right in front of the commentary box. Woods in front. How's the umpire going to see this one this time? Surely not. And the umpire says throw it in, right in front of the commentary box.
Nice little comment from Tyson Wood.
There's still some commentary out there.
What's happened?
I think a free kick has been paid.
For what?
I think it might have been deliberate.
There might have been maybe a little bit of encouragement to the umpires
Yeah, it might have been something a bit
yeah.
behind that.
from a previous out of bounds that didn't go Tyson Wood's way. But Chitty will see the free kick right on centre wing. He'll go long, just pops the ball up. Going to be mark of the day. Nelly, Cormac in there.
Well,
Wrapped
hang
up
on.
now.
He'd have to be pretty close to the South's best as well. Jace Cormac, he's been outstanding.
Wrapped up there by Zanuck. Woods and Hawkins once again. Ball comes down, spills out to Trayfield, gets a handball over to Busher, taps it on to Oliver, who runs
he did
himself
that
in a
well.
little bit of trouble, then gets out of it, over to Burraclough, and Burraclough goes short and finds Bilsich. Has Busher short, goes shorter once again. Bill Sitch finds Oliver right on centre wing. Just going through the motions at the moment. Versace in front, could have been paid the mark. Probably held it long enough. Gets the handball back over towards Horseman. Comes to Nordell. He just said, Gilchrist, not today, son. Gets him out of the way, and it lands in the arms of Hawkins. And the siren goes, and South Bunbury go through to the second semi-final. 23-point winners, 13 goals, 987. To Bunbury, 9 goals, 1064. And what was a ripping game of footy, entertaining game of footy, with both sides not giving up to the end. But South Bunbury just flexed their muscle a little bit, made the most of their opportunities, and they run out 23-point winners.
Terrific game of footy, wasn't it, Weaver? Right from start to finish, you know, both sides had a fair dinkum cracker. The pressure was good, the skill level was good. It was a magic day for footy. I think footy was the winner.
Footy was the winner. Terrific game of footy, played in really good spirit. Everyone lifted a gear today. Always has to be a winner and always has to be a loser. But 23 points to margin. A couple of late goals to South Bunbury got into that margin. That was the highest margin of the whole game. But Bunbury hung in there right to the end. Missed a couple of little opportunities that would have got them a lot closer. But they didn't make the most of them. And when the ball went down South Bunbury's forward line, well, Waldrop was there, got a couple, socket off the ground, and that was a sealer towards the end of the game. He ended up with 4 for today. He was outstanding.
So final scores, South Bunbury 13-9-87 have defeated Bunbury 9-10-64. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back to wrap it all up.